scratching.
Yeah, right, cool.
So, that's not soft spoken.
I'm gonna scratch your ass for you.
Can you go in? Pop a finger, pop a thumb. Okay,
got
right, let's
2
get
thumbs
started. It's
for
been a
you.
while, so does anyone want to do the intro?
I can do it because I've just rewatched the back half of the thing, so I know where I'm at. We're all pointing in different directions. Dan's pointing at Bez, Braden's pointing at nothing, and Bez is pointing at me.
This guy. Okay.
Yeah, so last session was kind of the fallout of everything that happened at the Temple of Balance. We've obviously been accused of some buggery at the Temple of Balance prior to this.
Shout out to day ones if you remember that.
Not me. Don't remember that shit.
Basically, we were accused of the destruction of the temple when we were fighting against the Wraiths. Because of this, we got split up as we each made our ways away from the guards. And LDB legged it out of the city limits with Veskar. And Malrik / Piggly, not Piggly / Piggly, and I had made our way kind of more casually and more incognito. And
made out.
At which point, as LDB and Veskar were trying to figure their way out of the city limits, myself, Phiskal, and Piggly, / Malrik / Piggly, not Piggly, went to go and see Carlin in where I got a bag of holding and some ring. And
ring sting.
exactly. And Piggly got kind of expelled from Carlin's realm as Varathan tried to make a play for Carlin's power. Then following that, Piggly and I went our separate ways, much to Fiskal's reluctance. As
Well, he didn't come until a while later.
Agree.
As Piggly has then gone to the Temple of Balance and found the statue of Arendor that has been located beneath the Temple of Balance. Meanwhile, Phiskal has made his way towards the Rusty Nail to meet up with LDB and Veskar. And as he was making his way there, a sudden surge of dark energy has erupted from beneath the Temple of Balance, putting fear into the hearts of all the city residents. Then,
Hey, wasn't me.
fucking Veskar has set off a flare, which, as this dark beam has gone off, Phiskal has the priest. As Fiskal's making his way to the Rusty Nail, Veskar just behind him has set off a flare. So Fiskal's done a 180 to catch up with LDB and Veskar, at which point Veskar, LDB and Phiskal are all making their way towards the Temple of Balance. Meanwhile, Piggly is being chased down by a shitload of doors, thanks to my good old buddy Carlin. And as he's reached a dead end, a door has opened beneath Piggly, and he is now suspended 1,000 feet in the air, plummeting towards the city of Demetrial.
Hey.
Yeah,
I'm
and
very,
Trump
very
denounced his
specific.
support for us as well, and all that.
Yeah, well, but also, Piggly found a little secret little gem.
That one as well.
Yeah, now that gave him the ability to, effectively, he lost control, and he killed roughly 30-40 guards, and then fled the scene of the crime.
Such a low number.
Such a low rookie numbers.
Put those numbers up.
But as we return back to the session, boys and girls, the sky fractures with sound. a single shape falling through the sky. Piggly, you were flung upwards, your limbs wild and your heart pounding, not from fear as such, but from something a little bit deeper. Rage, hurt, determination, all of the above. But the air, as you're plummeting down, freezing cold, is tearing at you. Clouds rushing past like ghosts, and the world hurtling back up towards you. You're in a very precarious situation. You have not a lot of time before you crash to the ground. A lot of your spell slots have been consumed, and you're reaching, clawing at anything, control, meaning, power, but it's all slipping from you. And something within the question arises again. Was this ever really your choice? Below you, the city burns, the Temple of Balance is a grave, and through the stone-veined streets, there are two figures pushing against a storm of fleeing bodies. Phiskal. 3 bodies, sorry. 3 people. Phiskal.
3 people?
You press through the tide. Before a thief of coin, and now a thief of fate. The wind, as you're running towards the city centre, tastes of smoke and fear. And you've run before, but this time it's a little bit different. You aren't running away. You're running towards something. Every step is a resistance. Every shove through the crowd is a declaration that you aren't done yet. And the storm breaks in the center of the city, and you press on into its heart. LDB, the tide roars, but you are louder, and you push forward with the fury of a storm bottled inside a Goliath, but barely held in check. You've always burned hot, but this is different. This is purpose. Every step is a battle against the fire within. You feel the balance, wink, hanging by a thread,
The balance,
both
wink.
in the world and in yourself. But still, you run. Through the screams, through the chaos, through fate itself. Around you, Demetrial is unraveling. Wink. And above you, Piggly
He said the thing!
falls. He said it. Piggly falls like a burning omen. Behind you, there is only the weight of choices past, and ahead, destiny unmade. The gods are watching. The dead are whispering. The balance is shattered. One question rings in your minds. What do you want most? Freedom? Redemption? Power? Peace even? Do you seek to escape your fate, or break it open and forge something new? Against all odds, what are you willing to become? And that's where we're gonna clock in now.
And
with
this session.
scene,
See you next week.
number 1. LDB and Phiskal. The two of you, and Visca as well, running and pushing through.
Is Visca running, or have I got him with me?
I can't remember actually. Was it
my arm?
He's running begrudgingly beside us. He's defeated, from what I recall.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a fugitive like me. Weird, because he is.
Where he's a bit disheartened, obviously, because we've just seen his place of
Kidnapped him.
worship blow up.
And I kidnapped him.
And
That
that.
might not have helped.
Yeah.
You guys, as we just briefly touched on before, pushing through, and as you're running through the gates, there's a tide of fleeing citizens and noblemen. There are horses rearing, carts being overturned, people are screaming, and somewhere above the skyline, you can see that the temples where the dome was is no more. It's gone. Your boots pound into cracked cobblestone, and from where the pillar of darkness emerged from the ground, there seems to be an endless streak of wraiths just flying around, crashing into anything, almost suicidally. And each time where they hit, there's a blast of a shadow, and it sort of solidifies in place and then crumbles and takes with it whatever it hit. The smoke ahead of you is clouding your vision. All you know is that there is a load of people running towards you. Viska, trying to make sense of it as well, is sort of pushing through with you guys. There's a lot of guards that are wounded, people scrambling basically just to leave the city. What do you guys want to do?
Have we seen Pigley fallen?
You would have seen two things, well, three, I suppose. The big black pillar of shadow piercing out of the ground into the sky. Viska's single flare going into the sky, which didn't seem to do much. And then a second beam, slightly angled upwards, shooting, and then something glowing falling down slowly.
Okay. Could I first off see if I can roll a perception check to see if I can see what that falling, glowing thing is?
From where you are, you would have just gotten into the city, sort of through the Cutter's Gate.
Oh, so it's quite far away, as well as
far away.
All right, okay.
Yeah. You notice something glowing, and you figure based on what you've seen with Creziorn following the zombie apparition that Malrik sent out, that it's probably something to do with whatever Pigley was up to.
Could I'm gonna call Creziorn back as a hawk, and because that's the fastest flyer that he can, and I'm going to ask him to go and investigate that falling object, and then report back. And in the meantime, I'm going to turn to LDB and Veskar and say, we need to have a real conversation about what we might be walking into here. Because if my fears are as they are, I don't think Pigley is one of us at this point in time.
One of us.
LDB, right, so what LDB says is he looks at Fiskal and goes, he's like, hey Fiskal, man, alright. I've thought a lot of things in my time, alright? It's like slow-mo, it's like this. Hey Fiskal, man. I've thought a lot of things. Yeah. I've thought a lot of things in my time, okay? The fucking spirits and race and shit? I mean, they're not physical, bro. Okay, I fight physical things, okay? What we go to fight? I mean, everyone's leaving. I'm inclined to leave with them.
I think we might be fighting Pigley, LDB. I know you guys are close, but I
don't know why we go.
I know that was Varathan. I saw him with my own eyes.
Okay, and so LDB looks and he goes, "Who the fuck is Varathan?"
He is the deity that is
a great question.
clinging to. He's the deity that is clinging to Pigley.
He's looking puzzled. He goes, "Damn, how do you know that?"
My friend Carlin, he gave me an in-depth explanation.
Oh right, okay. Carlin, who's that?
He's this.
You don't ask that one.
He's this magic dude I know.
Okay.
Veskar, I have a question for you also.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if it's possible to forcibly remove the possession of a deity from its host?
Can I just say, LDB just interrupted and goes, "You trying to tell me Pigley's possessed?"
Maybe. I don't know to what
Okay.
end their relationship goes, but it's worth thinking about.
Well, I'll do anything to help my friend Pigley. So as long as we're helping him, I'll do it.
Right,
I'm not hitting him. I'm helping him.
LDB, I need to clarify this with you. If he's a bad dude, what do you mean by help?
Well, we're friends, you know. He's...
Are we not friends? Are you and
Yeah, we're
Veska
friends,
not
we're
friends?
Oh no, actually, Veska's my best friend. I'll listen to what Veska says.
So if he is willing to do Veska harm,
Oh no, I'll protect Veska with my life. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Veska's the number one dude in my life. Okay, he's
Cool.
he's.
Yeah.
We've done a lot together. You know. We're,
Wow.
Veska is looking very disheveled as he's running, trying to keep up with you guys mid conversation as well.
Hey, Veska, best friend, keep up.
Yeah. I'm coming. And he runs up beside you and says, "Well, there's two things to consider when we're looking at separating the divine or the malign from a soul, whether it was willing and given up in exchange for something, or if it was taken."
So, say what I'm assuming if it was willing, it is potentially harder to do. Yes.
Yeah, much more difficult. In fact, I would say that the degree in skill, more so than anything, that it would take to separate the thorns of possession from a willing soul is dangerous. If it goes wrong, there won't ever be the same.
Is it something you could do?
With a group of other priests is possible. I've never personally done one before, but I know the rights.
Could you do it with somebody that is not in this plane, if they were able to lend a hand still?
I don't... Okay.
Change it back!
I got him! Oh, that
It's
was
that
funny.
fucking little fucking face that gets me, not the... Okay, anyway.
Suddenly popped up.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
like, I'm not quite sure what you mean, but they would have to be present. They would have to be here to help with, contributing a magical essence.
Okay. As I'm running, I'm going to kind of reach into my satchel and think, whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pull it out, hold it in my hand, and try and call Carlin with it.
You try to get through to Carlin, and it sounds like there is some sort of interference. There are things coming through. It sounds like Carlin is trying to say something to you, but it's coming through very, very choppy. Basically, you can't make it out what he's saying.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say, I'm going to call our friend. If you have any way to do so, send information with him.
Okay. Yeah, again, you're hearing something. In fact, give me a insight check. I would say
an
perception.
11.
An 11. Okay. You can't really make out much of what's being said, but it sounds, from what's coming through, it sounds panicked.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you guys are running through. You're hearing just sort of where is it? You're hearing that kind of sounds. There's smoke everywhere, and there's just dark figures crashing through the smoke, colliding into the people in front of you. You can't really make out much more than maybe 60 feet ahead. And as you guys are running, there's suddenly a lot more of these wraiths are sort of landing next to you or close by you without sort of exploding on impact immediately, and they start running for you they look much more primitive than the race that you fought up to now. They don't have any weapons or armor. They just look like barely held together forms with hands that have got black obsidian glass-like claws, and they're starting to charge right at you. There's gonna be two of them that land. All the other ones just sort of collide into the ground and then explode. Two of them land, and they're gonna make their way towards you and try and make an attack. So let's do this now. You're gonna have to remind me of your ACs. Wow.
Mine's 14.
Okay, well,
Mine's quite high. I think mine's quite high.
Okay.
Ish.
Right, that's gonna be. Oh my god. First roll of the session, guys. After such a long break, was an at 20. So, okay, that's just 1. That's a 3. So
Chat.
That
That's
hits LDB, right? That hits LDB,
Chat.
right?
Are we cooked?
well,
Are we
he is
cooked
the
yet?
biggest threat. He's gonna go for you.
I'm a threat.
LDB.
I'm not a threat. I'm just
Yeah.
big. No difference. There's a big difference. There's a big difference.
Pretty threatening. Pretty threatening. But one of these are gonna charge towards you. Again.
Yep.
Screaming.
Damn! What the fuck? She just blew up.
But that's gonna hit you with a nat 20 for 10 points of damage.
Fantastic.
And then the other one is a 6, which doesn't hit you, Phiskal. But as more of these things start appearing, they start landing around you, almost like they're circling you. And then you guys hear the sound of, yeah.
Was I supposed to be at full health for the start of the session or not?
Yes,
I
you haven't.
Yeah, you wouldn't have taken
100%?
any damage or anything. Yeah.
We had a rest before all this shit kicked off.
Yeah, wait, yeah, so...
Okay. Like me and you
no,
did.
You wouldn't have.
No.
Or no, I didn't. I couldn't remember. Yeah.
No,
I
you
didn't
took,
do that.
I think, a
I'm
couple...
on 16 HP right now.
Yeah,
I'm on
no,
39.
yeah, you won't have been on full because you took damage from the guard as you squished the other one.
Right.
Couple
Okay. Yeah.
sessions
Yeah. I
back
got you.
and
Got you.
you've
Got
never
you.
rested since.
Cool. Oh well. Horse trot. B. No.
What does it sound like? Not quite what I'm after.
You know.
Yeah, you guys hear
That shit was close.
horse hooves charging towards you. As you hear someone shouting, "Hold! In the name of the law!" And right ahead of you, breaking through the smoke, is one of the captains that you got away from, Phiskal. And she is stood there, Alvara Trest. She dashes through. She looks as though she has been... She looks as though she has been running through a house on fire, basically. Her face is sweaty, scarred, and it's got sort of soot and smoke all over. Is this horse thing going to stop or what?
Arrest me.
Some of the one-shots are quite long.
Okay, there we go. And she stops there, and as she breaks through the smoke and she instructs you all to sort of stop, a couple more guards sort of catch up on foot and start sort of surrounding. They do take out the beasts that were about to charge at you, but they sort of start surrounding you like a semicircle format. And yeah, as she stops, you can see that she's absolutely not in a best position right now, and her once pristine blue cape is now just caked in soot, and it's got sort of like little bits of embers burning on the edges. There are capes that are flanking her as well with their blades out, and her voice is sounds like she's exhausted, but also
I need to hear it to know.
and angry. And I'm not going to do the voice, but she points out, she draws her sword out and she points it at you, and she goes, "You're coming with me. Don't care how far you've run or who vouched for you. Everything's falling apart, and it all traces back to you. You're done.
Captain.
Relinquish your arms."
No, Captain.
Wait, can
Captain.
ODB say first? He just goes, "Don't you know? I'm one of those heroes. You can't stop me.
Captain.
Right? You can't stop me."
Okay. Captain. Effectively, what my friend here is saying is right. Right. You see the big explosion that just happened? We're running towards it, not away from it. Okay? We're trying to help here. We're trying to make sure that there's survivors. We want to investigate what has happened. We're not trying to cause trouble. We're trying to prevent it. We're going to do our best to save lives, not diminish them. You can either stand with us or against us, but this would go a lot easier if we worked on the same side. We both have the same goals, to protect innocent.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Can I assist in the persuasion?
Yeah, do it with advantage, yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
I'm fucking a hero! You can't fucking stop me! I am the law!
That's a 16.
Do I just roll as well then to support?
No,
or
he
something?
said
How's that
with
work?
advantage, so
Yeah,
I
so
rolled
he would
twice.
roll. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was
Right, got you.
16, yeah.
Yeah.
You look as she kind of just sort of trots in place and spins her horse around to look at the destruction that's going around, and then she looks back at you and she says, "You were the ones who caused this. How do I know you're not returning to the crime and trying to make things worse? There's so much going on in this town, so much confusion. It would be very easy for someone to slip right through, and I can't let that happen.
Captain.
I am the thin line stopping this city from falling."
Captain. 2 points, okay? 1, by the looks of things, the city is already falling. And 2, how often have you ever heard of criminals, nay, terrorists, returning back to the scene of their incident, the scene of their crime? How many times have you ever heard of that? Because
Trying to get more bodies.
I have never heard of it. LDB, shut up.
I jest.
And how many times have you seen a pillar of black shadow course through the ground into the sky?
Twice.
Nothing
Me
about
personally,
it.
yeah, one time. Yeah.
And one time before this.
Yeah, one time. He's done it twice. I've seen it one time already.
So you're
Well,
telling
you could
me
say we're experts.
know what happened here. Okay.
Oh, hang on. This is the first time I've ever seen this one like this. That's crazy. What is that? Oh my god.
The last time
Have you seen No Russian? Okay, that's all I gotta ask you because we're not that.
Captain,
Alright, we're trying to help.
the last time I saw something akin to this was in Varlin. And there was an evil magic user called Erasmus, and he laid waste to that town.
Yeah, a lot
I'm
of death.
just trying to make sure that it doesn't happen to Demetrial, to my hometown. That is what I'm trying to do.
Personally, me, I've not got any qualms. I'm just, the good guy. So.
She raises her sword and points at you, Phiskal, and she goes, "You are from Demetrial.
Yes.
Poser.
What's your name?"
My name is Phiskal Schlongding.
Alright,
I'm sticking with it, bro. Sticking with it.
She looks you up and down, and she looks like she's faltering a little bit. You put up a very, very convincing argument. Both of you give me an insight check.
An insight check.
That's a 6!
Ooh.
Where's insight?
It's in the middle of the thing, more or less.
Insight, yes. 8.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus together, you get like 60 or something.
How
You
bad at
guys-
math are you?
I'm rounding up. Okay.
Oh, fuck
You
off,
guys
Brayden.
are sort of, you're sort of getting the impression that she's kind of saving face because you slipped through her hands once. The city declined very rapidly after that. She doesn't want to seem like she's not taking any action, and she looks towards her men, side on, and then she gives a nod and she says, "I'm sorry. I can't let this happen again. Men." And then they start marching towards you.
I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, Captain. I can't let you stop us. And I'm going
And I crush her head.
And I'm going to, like, charge towards her. But as I charge towards her, I'm going to flick her to the other side of her.
As you go to sort of get into an aggressive sort of stance to charge towards her, you hear a voice through the smoke saying, "That's enough, Captain." And coming through the smoke with his own legion of
Alaric! Oh, oh, oh,
his
oh,
own
oh!
legion of
Guy I've never seen before.
I need to
He's got
keep
a
it
couple
quiet.
of, he's got a couple of horses with him, and as he sort of rides up, you can see is much in the same sort of position as Alvara, and he's got blood all over his face. Half of his armor is just scorched off with the black sort of crystallized. It looks like he's been hit by one of those wraiths. He rides through the smoke on a black warhorse, and as he dismounts, he kind of stands between you and Alvara, and he goes, "These men stand on my honor, and you know what that means, Trest. Look around you. If they hadn't have acted, this could have been worse." Alvara, at this point, she's sort of shaking with, we can't quite see what, but you imagine it's something to do with pride. And she says, "You heard what they just said. they were there when Varlin was destroyed, and now Demetrial. Do you really think we can just let them go again?
In my
Yes,
defense,
coincidences,
Captain,
coincidences.
the general was also there. Are you going to arrest him?
As you say that, Alaric sort of gives you like a backwards glance and he goes, "Enough posturing. The time for judgment will come after we save who we can." I want you guys to give me another insight check, please.
Oh, I'm rolling with my real dice. Fuck this shit. I got a crit fail.
I got a 7.
Get the bag out.
No?
Shout
You
out to Ember Glow Gaming.
Because if we've got half of the bags, we go together, won't we?
What?
What are you
Have you not seen that video? Have you not seen that video?
No, it's the first time.
Oh, it's the drag queens, and she's like, they're like trying to learn etiquette, and she's like, okay, and how do you also go to the powder room? And she's like, and they go like, oh, we go together, and they're like, why do you go together? She goes, well, if we've got half of the bags, we go together, wouldn't we? But she said it's like some proper etiquette, like woman.
Pick a dice and can I re-roll?
Gold one. Yeah, I'll let you re-roll it for physical dice. Yeah.
Physical dice. Hang on a second.
Physical dice.
This guy's gay.
That's a 14.
Oh man, that
14.
fart stinks as fuck.
Okay,
Damn.
that's enough.
Plus my 7, we get like 17.
A lot. It's a lot actually. Okay, you would see that she's got a streak of guilt in her eyes. It seems like she's blaming herself for what's happening here, as if her not being able to stop you guys or be able to control what happened at the temple rests on her shoulders squarely, as if she's failed. But with her sword, a sword has been drawn out this whole time, and it's sort of her hands are sort of shaking, and then eventually she just kind of lowers her sword and she says, "Go on then, gods help us all," and she charges off towards the gate, trying to get civilians out. Go on.
I shout, I'll slip through your hands another time.
No response. She's
I'm
I'm
going to turn to Alaric and I'm going to go, thank you, friend. That could have got a lot worse if you hadn't intervened.
Well, things are pretty dire at the moment, Phiskal, and I wager you being here must have something. Well, I don't know what it would have, but it's not a bad sign. So, he gestures, and then some guards bring some horses, and he says, "I think it's time we ride towards the danger."
We? I'm the hero.
LDB, we could probably use all the help we can get.
Okay, Phiskal, but I don't like help from strangers. Who's this guy?
We met him at Varlin. Remember, he helped us save Elena and Thalara.
Yeah.
No, I was actually too busy saving the village. I don't know these guys.
Okay,
No, that's
well,
true, actually.
they were there.
I was whacking and a thwacking. Okay. All I saw was blood. Nothing else.
That's fair.
And then a lot of dead people, and some of them my friends, and one of them my hooker. So all round not great time, really.
It wasn't the best, but
Right.
Alaric helped. It could have been a lot worse if Alaric hadn't come to our
Oh,
aid.
okay.
Alaric,
Did his hooer die? I'm just curious.
I imagine
What does it mean? What does it mean to him? You know.
I imagine his hooer is probably still in Demetrial. She may be dead at this point, though.
Well, let's
I
hope
don't
so.
know.
While you guys are talking, Alaric sort of turns to you, LDB, and he holds out his hand and goes, "I remember you from the battle in Varlin. You were quite a force of nature. I wager we need your help here."
I take his hand and I say, "How many hooers have died under your watch?"
And
just-
immediately he lets go of your hand and goes, "Okay, well, let's get going, boys."
I imagine it was like that fucking Arnie, like Donald Faison thing where they're just like,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, that's better. Let's do that. We're like, oh no, damn, this guy's. He has so much power.
power levels over 9,000.
Is this guy aura farming right now?
You guys, you mount up on horseback, and yeah, you start off with a little sort of light cant going through the streets as Alaric is talking to you, and he goes, "I don't know what happened back there, but the city's wards are gone, dead or rogue. Some are triggering on their own mages, and everything we've built is breaking. And the nobles, Well, the moment the sky cracked, they ran. This isn't a crisis. This isn't just... I used the word that I was going to use at the end a bit too early.
Yeah.
This isn't just a
This isn't just a crisis. It's a crisis.
This you could say is a crisis of sorts.
Of sorts.
It's a reckoning to a lot of these people. As Alaric is sort of explaining to you, you see the light that was falling suddenly flares out and then continues to fall. And you guys are charging towards. Is there anything you want to ask?
I do want to turn to Alaric. I'm going to say, General, I have one question regarding the nobles. As you say, it is a crisis. Do you know what's happened to Chancellor Aldridge, by any chance?
Aldridge? I wager he would have taken shelter in his own accommodation. The royal family have retreated into the castle. It's the most secure place in the city, and all of the nobles would have had like-minded shelters underground.
Okay. I'm going to summon Crezion back, because I imagine it's been about 10-15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to summon him back. I'm going to say, what did you see?
Not a lot. A lot of smoke. There's a lot of tiny little black things that sort of flying around. They smack into things. Not looking very good.
No, the thing falling from the sky, what was it?
Oh, it was glowing.
Like, just
Looked like a
completely
man.
glowing? It looked like a man. What kind of
Like a
man?
man.
Was it Piggly?
I don't know who Piggly is.
The other friend that isn't the big blue one.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
blue.
I couldn't make out any details.
Okay. Alaric, I feel
Try to-
as though...
Tried to get closer, but the closer I got, the lower I was flying. My wings started to disappear, so I turned around.
Alaric, I feel as though we need to head towards that, and I'll point to the falling item / person / thing.
It's at this point that when you point that out, you see that as this glowing speck effectively is falling, there seems to be a slow sort of swirl of shadow coming in from the sky downwards, and it's sort of condensing on the point where the Temple of Balance would have been.
Okay. So is the specks falling towards the Temple of Balance?
Yes. From where you are here, you can't tell if it's falling quickly or, as it normally would, but all you know is it started falling, there was a flash of light from it, and then it continued to fall again.
So it's like a plane looks slower the further away it is, effectively.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll just say we need to head that way. It looks like it's going towards the Temple of Balance.
Then on to the Temple of Balance. And he whips his reins and you guys go charging off. Piggly. Let me bring this back.
I'm still listening. I'm just going to go top up.
Piggly. Where do we start with you?
I have a few plans.
Okay.
We'll just see how they fucking go.
Of the instant variety.
The last thing, this is going to be a bit of like a timey-wimey thing. So, you guys, obviously some time has gone with you guys on the horseback and everything, and then we're going to go backwards to go back to Piggly. So, where you were, Piggly, where we last left you, you had just been flung or teleported or sort of displaced about 1,000 feet into the air, and immediately your breath is sort of taken away as you're plummeting back down towards the ground. The shard in your hand, or the crystal in your hand, still fresh, now seems to have cooled down by quite a bit. You are spent. All of your magic, all of your strength, all of your effort just escaping the city. And as you're tumbling down to the ground, you're wondering to yourself, was it all worth it?
Yeah.
Genuinely, what Dan's doing right now.
No, he's falling like this. Yes! He's like,
You are falling towards the ground. What's going through Pigley's mind right now?
Ah, fuck.
all I can imagine is that
How the
you're
fuck
probably
do I get out?
wondering how I got
How
here.
the fuck do I get out?
Hi, I'm Mark. You're probably wondering
Yeah.
how I ended up here.
You probably went out. It started a while ago in Varlin.
You are thinking to yourself, I don't want to die. And as you're plummeting towards the ground, something feels off. You recall immediately that Varathan had given you some powers, and he had channeled his mark onto your chest and left a concealed mark there. But you're not quite sure if it feels right at the moment. It feels like there isn't a lot of power coming from that at the moment. It's at this point that you notice that the Dolanvar crystal, which has forever been by your side since you picked it up, has plummeted like it was made of the densest material on the planet straight towards the ground, and has started drawing in some of the smoke, more or less directly below you, or some of the sort of shadow that's swirling as it's plummeting towards the ruins of the Temple of Balance, where you can see that there is something manifesting straight below you. What do you want to do to try and slow your fall?
So,
Okay,
the Dolanvar floats around me, doesn't it?
it did. You
It
just see it
doesn't right
plummet
now.
towards the ground now.
That's a spanner in the works.
I was going to ride it down to the ground.
No, it seemed like it basically, as you got shunted into the, more or less as soon as you unleashed whatever it was that you did unleash, the Dolanvar had been lacking in its usual presence, and then as soon as you got flung it into the air, it was completely inert.
I'm going to try and use my Celestial Revelation and hope that my wings let me fly.
They do, yeah. You channel it, and for some reason, it feels a lot more difficult than it did previously to bring out your wings. But as you do, the wings sort of come out, and you start gliding. It gives you a moment to sort of catch your breath, and you do sort of glide downwards. You are noticing that the further down that you fall, the brighter the shard in your hand seems to glow. What is it that Pigley wants more than anything at this very moment?
Glad you didn't ask LDB that.
Just power.
Power.
Power, unlimited power.
Oh, this isn't on repeat. Whoopsie. Okay.
Be quiet in here.
As Pigley is falling and the desire for power is building, you sort of glide a cresting for a moment, but then your wings sort of flutter and give out into shadow, and you start plummeting again. The Dolanvar has left you, plummeting towards the ground. You are in a bit of a bind at the moment, and the world below you is getting closer and closer, like jagged teeth. The streets are a mosaic of panic and ruin, and the sky that was once open and endless now feels like a vice around your chest. And your limbs are flailing, weightless, helpless. No hope to grasp, no spell prepared. And just then, as you think to yourself, as Pigley in his head has one burning desire for power all his own, there is a pulse. Faint at first, like the echo of a memory. And from your hand, the shard of Carsamore glows suddenly, with a furious heat, and runes along dormant alight like veins of molten gold. And then, as if out of nowhere, a figure arrives, and a voice that's ancient and cackling like thunder caught in glass whispers in your mind. You catch the end of some conversation that started ages ago, as the voice says, "No, Callan, not like this, not yet." And then before you apparates the shard. It splits open momentarily and then compresses again. And when it splits open, a spectral figure bursts forth, translucent and robed in the sweeping garb of an age long gone. His eyes are deep wells of opalescent fire. His beard sways unnaturally in the windless magic that seems to surround him. And immediately, as soon as he's free from the crystal, you see him weave sigils in the air, from what you gather with the speed that he's doing it purely on instinct. And suddenly, around you, your fall starts to slow in this area, this bubble that he's generated. And you're drifting. The weight has been pulled from your bones as though some unseen hand is catching you mid-descent. And the figure hovers beside you, semi-anchored sort of the shard. You can see where his body is. The crystal is right here on his forehead. And his form is sort of tethered to the shard with thin threads of arcane power. And he studies you for a moment, not with concern, but with a type of calculation. And he looks at you up and down, and he goes, "You bear his stink, Varathan spawn."
You stinky fucker. Oh, mate. Oh, fuck are you saying? This guy.
There's no sort of judgment in his words or in his expression, but as he says that, he is looking you up and down, and immediately you can tell that he has seen something in you than more than just an immediate gaze would be able to give a normal person. And as you are trying to process this, he goes, but yet you resist. And there is hope in that. Who are you?
I'm Malrik Vor. Who are you?
My name is Carsimor. I am an Archmagister of the Argent Conclave, last of the Seven Spheres. What year is it?
You're asking the wrong guy.
No, wait, it is, I want to say 728 sealed age?
I think it's around that time, yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
That's just like, yes, correct,
That's
right.
I was thinking 756. I haven't checked the thing yet, but yeah. Well, you give him the date, and he goes, "The sealed age. Curious." And you watch as he starts to think. He sort of puts his hand on his chin.
How old is Carlin?
In this bubble,
He's not
he
that old.
starts
He's
to
like-
sort of swim around it, almost as if he's lost in thought. And he says, "So, Malrik Vor, why do you bear the name of the enslaved?"
What do you mean?
Slave King.
From where do you hail?
From Priesel.
Priesel. I can't say I've ever heard of a city such as that. How strange to find myself shunted. Now tell me. I can see plainly that you are cursed, boy. His chain is around your soul. That vile Varathan. But I can sever it. The question sort of lingers in the air.
How can you sever it? And will I still be able to retain the power that I've gained?
Well, I can help you cast off his leash. And you'll have a chance to be more than just a pawn in Varathan's game. I fear he intends to ascend to godhood. And I don't think any good can come of anyone who's pulled along with him. I can give you the chance to have power of your own. Nothing in return, nothing given, nothing taken. How much more do you have to give, Malrik, if that is your name?
Yes.
I'll give everything I can for the power that I deserve.
The Sweden's gone to his head.
Nah, you need to.
I
stop.
deserve it. It's
The
mine.
baby's
Get
asleep.
removed from the fucking
The
chat.
baby's asleep. No, but the baby's asleep. Don't surprise me like that.
You watch as there seems to be like an ethereal chuckle that kind of echoes around the bubble, and he goes, "Power that you deserve. What have you done to deserve power?"
How much I have been through, I feel I deserve something in return.
You watch as he reaches out to you. There's his fingertips seem to be glowing, and he reaches out to you and he says, "Can I take a look?"
Go right ahead.
He places his hand on your chest. It seems like you feel where he touches your chest, the points of his fingertips seem to overlap with the mark that Varathan had left on your chest, and it starts to sort of singe away. Then you see his eyes sort of start to glow, and it looks like his eyes are sort of reeling over and over and over and over as he looks through, and then you see a pained expression on him, and then he sort of backs off. He goes, "Well, you have certainly endured, Pigley. But you have given much to others. I think it's time to change that. I ask only one thing in return.
And what's that?
Not as a demand, but a request. As partners, you aid me. I shelter you from Varathan. All you must do is find shards like this one," and he points to his forehead. "There are others like this out in the world, and when they are whole, so shall I be. So, I offer you a choice. To be more than a pawn in Varathan's game, or will you take control of your own fate and decide for yourself what your sacrifice is worth?" Yeah?
Is this entire campaign just going to be a treasure hunt? Because Carlin's got me looking for scrolls. Casimus? Casimir's got him looking for shards, and he's looking for fucking memories.
Me? Oh, bro, I don't remember anything.
Bro, things have been tied up, raveled, you might say, and it's time for these things to become unraveled.
Within Anoria. Hey-o.
Within Anoria, one might say. Oh shit. Okay, there we go. He looks at you expectantly.
All I'm going to say is, look at how much Carlin has given me.
And look at how much Varathan has taken from you.
Has he taken lots? I noticed.
Where can I find the shards?
You watch as he's about to start speaking, he's thinking. There's a million and one thoughts going through his head, and he says, "It appears that I have been sealed in here for some time. I don't know, but I can find where the shards might be, but I need you to bring them together. I can't interact with the physical, but I can give you strength and power that you may interact on my behalf."
If you can give me the location of these shards, I'm happy to try and find them for you.
Ignore Dan.
He sort of drifts backwards towards the edge of the sphere, and he takes a look around and he goes, "Such destruction. Where are we right now?"
Currently quite high above Demetrial.
The settlement.
The city.
It's become a city. Centuries must have passed. He kind of retracts back into the sphere and goes to you again. He says, "I will find where these shards are. I've only just awoken and I can't quite grasp their location, but with time I will be able to."
What are you exactly?
I told you, I'm an Archmagister.
What is that?
I was also wondering that, to be fair.
It's a title given to 3 of the strongest of the 7 spheres. Those who are practiced with, well, manipulating the weave, pulling magic and shaping it. You must have heard of the city of Lucicon.
Lucid rom-com, yes. I've not been to that con. What do you dress as?
Where's the bat?
It's not. I'll say it
haven't.
right now.
It's not
on that
there.
map.
It's not there.
It's not there.
I haven't.
It was on a test.
This is all the dream. There is no map.
There is no Anoria. It's all been raveled up.
I'm re-raveling it, bitch.
Get reveled, bitch. Next.
I've never heard of this place.
He takes a look around as if he's searching the skyline for something, and he goes, "Well, it appears I've lost yet another home.
Poor guy.
Nevertheless, I can give you what you need now." And you watch as his hand starts to glow, and he holds it out. There is an immense amount of power in his sort of form now as he focuses it all into his hand. His sort of features are sort of flickering, and he holds his hand out to you as if to shake your hand. And he says, "Will you accept my aid and forsake Varathan?"
I'll accept.
Do you take his hand?
I will take his hand.
Okay.
Go ahead and long rest yourself.
Yes! I have health back.
And now I kill everybody. Yeah, I have all my spell slots. Okay, interesting.
And at this point, as soon as you clasp hands with him, there is suddenly a weight lifted off your shoulders. Your chest, the mark that was on your chest, that spiraling obsidian starts to undo itself and burn away completely. The sound, the whispers at the edge of your hearing have been silenced. Your eyes don't feel tired. You see things with a bit more colour.
He's not drunk.
You're not drunk
Yet.
yet.
Challenge accepted.
that was Piggly. You're Malrik Vaughn now. That's an entirely different thing.
There's still little pieces of him there.
You feel lighter. You feel more invigorated. And anytime you try to think and make a decision. There isn't a cold hand pulling your thoughts towards one direction or focusing your attention onto something. Your mind is expanded. You feel for the first time in a long time, maybe hundreds of years, more like yourself. Yes?
This is not a question for you. This is a question, I guess, for Malrik, Vor, / Piggly Not Piggly / Braden / Piggly. With that in mind, if Malrik Vor is the name of the slave and you're feeling more like yourself,
then I will reclaim the name of Piggly.
okay.
Piggers.
Big pigs.
My guy, Piggy.
Yeah, you look down, and as you clasp hands with him, you regain yourself, basically your sense of self, and there is a flash of light, and the bubble that is around you starts to, well, more or less just pop in slow motion, but still you retain that fall as you start to sort of slow down and land on the ground a few, maybe 30, 40 feet away from the site of the Temple of Balance, which has now fully sort of imploded in on itself. There's nothing there but a crater. But you do spot something, a mass of shadow solidifying into a 4-post pillar connecting in the middle, and there is a swirl of green energy in the center.
What the fuck is a 4-post pillar?
Sorry, what I meant to say was
4 pillars.
4 pillars into one.
Right, okay, good.
I was
Like a
thinking
gazebo.
Yeah, I was thinking in my head a 4-post bed, but then I gave up with that description. Anyway,
Your bed's a 4-post.
the shadow, it seems to be wispy, but then it solidifies almost like it's sort of trying to find the right place, and then just solidifies onto sections of the stone. And the Dolan Var crashes just a few feet ahead of you, leaves a rather large indent or crater on the ground. And just ahead of you, where the pillars are and where this portal is on the ground, the shadow, the spiral that was falling from the sky seems to be forming into something there. It's at this point.
Can I just say, during the ride, I've switched the vials in Sky's Venom, and I've reached into my bag and I've thought vial, and I've put my very nice potent poison into Sky's Venom.
Okay. That'll do it, boys. That'll do it. You charge towards you've just landed on the ground now, Piggly. And it's at this point that you've seen the Dolan Var, you've seen this swirl of shadow and green light, and you turn, and just cresting around the corner is Phiskal, LDB, Visca, and Alaric Thorn. Just like that. Just like that.
Hello.
Oh my god. D. There we go.
The D? What?
Don't worry about
LD. LD. B.
So, Phiskal is gonna see Piggly / Malrik / Piggly Not Piggly / Braden.
His name's Piggly now, I think.
Well, yeah. And I'm gonna just kind of jump off of my horse and, like, kind of, instead of, like, running at him, I'm going to, like, flicker.
Stop calling me that.
And I'm just gonna I'm just gonna teleport effectively to him, and I'm gonna grab him by the scruff of the neck. Is he near a wall? Like, is he by a wall, like a decimated building, or is he just?
I mean, there's rubble everywhere around here, so yeah, you could hold him up against a piece of rubble.
I'm gonna hold him up against a piece of rubble and go, "What the fuck have you done?"
Yeah, easy, cool, my guy. Cool. Hey.
Would I be able to sense if Varathan is listening?
You would, yeah. Give me an insight check. In fact, Phiskal, you give me a perception check as well.
Okay.
13.
Perception.
With a 13,
I got a 15, but then I remembered I'm also using physical dice, so can we ignore that?
You go ahead, roll it if you want. I mean, 15 will be fine anyway. But
Bez,
you roll
Bez,
it.
would it be
got-
realistic, Bez?
Yeah.
/ Bunny?
Did you say perception? Yeah.
If obviously Fiskal's just gone blink, 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 yeah,
Mhm.
and then I'm just stood there and like, what took so long?
I got 22. I got
22,
15 on the
okay.
dice.
Is that a realistic thing that can happen or now? Can I run that fast?
I mean, you are huge, and you got massive strides, and you're maxed out into strength. So yes, you could you could run. By the time he gets there and he's talking to him, you could run up there as well.
Okay, cool.
So you.
I don't want to roll shit. I just want to be there. You know?
Yeah, you could be there. Yeah.
That's
You
what I-
sort of stride on, and then as you see that Phiskal has got Piggly sort of held against a piece of rubble, you kind of sort of skid and slow down,
Yeah,
and just sort of stood.
I would also like to grab Fiskal's arm.
Okay. Before that, 22
So-
on your perception.
Yeah.
You would see. Well, the first thing you would notice is that he's got a slightly more relaxed expression. His face doesn't seem to be as as gaunt. There's a bit more color to his skin, and also he's got like a shock of white hair going from here down behind him, basically. But also, more importantly, you notice that the crystal that he used to carry around with him everywhere,
That was invisible. I wouldn't have seen it.
you have seen it.
Yeah, but more or less most of the time it was invisible, no?
Well, fair enough. You would spot then that the crystal that you had seen previously is now cratered in the ground, a good 20 feet away from you. Something definitely feels different. And speaking of feeling different, Piggly, you in this state is not a sense of hearing. Trying to see if Varathan's listening. You can't sense Varathan at all. There's nothing about his presence.
Curry
You don't
flavoured,
feel
nice.
like you're being watched. You don't hear anything. You can't reach out to him at the moment.
So we go back. What the fuck did you do?
I
Your
was
mic's
under
muted, Dan.
Varathan's control, but I have a way to contain it.
I put my hand on his arm.
Yeah, you've already said that. Don't give me that shit. I saw Varathan when we were at Carlin's. I saw Varathan in that fucking black spiral. What did you do?
First, I was doing what he asked, but I've met someone who can free me from his grasp.
Met someone? What do you mean met someone?
It's at this point, Piggly, that you see in your head, almost like a thingy from Cyberpunk sees Johnny Silverhand. Just
Pops
appear
up on his
next
hood.
just appears like next to Phiskal and says, "Well, this one's quite the trusting gentleman, isn't he?"
What was his name again?
Arsenal.
I've met someone. I don't know their name.
I was well told, but I didn't write down their name.
See this cool little gem?
Carsamol?
Oh, yeah.
Carsamol.
Yeah, let me write it down here.
Suspicious just sounds like they belong in that vampire anime.
Vampire anime.
Castlevania.
Castlevania. Bro, was it the vampire bitch in that that saves a dude? Fucking lucky guy, honestly. Anyways, moving on. Fantasies, I guess. Yeah.
I've been given a chance to free myself from Varathan's grasp.
By who?
While I was falling, I was...
Is all this happening while he's pinned against the wall?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to take your arm off of him.
No, yeah, you got one arm, still holding him by the other.
He's got
No,
two arms.
I want to take your arm off of him.
I'm just gonna go, get off me.
I'm like, we don't hurt friends.
I'm not hurting him. I just want to know what the fuck has happened.
We don't swear at friends. I do, but you don't.
No, we can't have one rule for one and
I
one rule for
I wanna
another.
do a strength check to get him off.
Do opposed
Can I do
strength checks, I assume.
Contested strength checks. Whoever's got the highest will succeed in their action.
Uh,
It's at this point that Alaric would see that there's a little dispute going on, and he'd be telling his guards to cordon off the area.
I got a 17.
Do we roll it?
Yeah,
Do we roll?
it. Yeah, roll it. I got a 17.
You have to beat a 17, Dan.
Damn.
19.
Yeah, he pulls your hand free from Pigley's.
I'm just trying to calm down the situation. I'm not doing it angrily. And I'm like, Phiskal, man.
So I imagine in my head, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but you've just kind of like put your arm in between us.
Okay, yeah.
So
I sort of got like barrier.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of there, like pressed up against your arm, like, who the fuck are you talking about?
You know that? Hey! What the fuck are you doing?
We got that far, but like your arms against my chest. You're only 2 foot taller. Your arms against my chest. I'm just like, who the fuck are you talking about?
I'm going to tell him everything about what just happened in the bubble.
Everything.
Everything.
Okay, so you tell me about the fact that you heard a voice say Carlin, not blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this guy. Hey, wait, does it involve my story? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we know. I know that part. And I'll just go, damn, you were a slave. Hard. How many years? 12?
Chose to be a slave.
12 years, bro? That's crazy.
Alright, so I'm going to turn I guess not turn because I'm facing him, and I'm gonna okay, and I'm gonna like back away from LDB's arm so he can like remove it, and we'll go, alright, okay, why didn't you come to us about this sooner?
At first, I was enjoying the power, but I've been given a chance to retain the power while getting rid of the grasp.
I thought we were friends, man. I've told you about Jermaine, about the betrayal that I have suffered within my life, and to have you turn around and just, in no certain terms, shaft me like that. Like, in the short amount of time we've known each other, we have been through more than I have ever been with anybody else. The same with LDB. I trust that guy with my life. I trusted you with my life.
You trusted me, or you trust?
No, I trust you. I trusted Pigley.
Yeah, because I could pick you up and throw you pretty far, so that's cool.
Like, he's just told us we didn't even know his fucking name for the last few weeks.
Good point. I was under the impression his name was Pigley, but I'm still under the impression his name's Pigley.
No,
so for me, not a lot's changed.
He is, but he wasn't.
Pigley, not Pigley, but is Pigley again.
Pigley, but not Pigley, but Pigley.
Tell me your slave name.
Call me by your slave.
Call me by your slave name, baby. Yeah.
But I mean, why?
No, you raised some concerns within. You've raised some concerns in the group, Phiskal. You do.
I mean, I do try to like look at this from a completely unbiased point of view.
Unbiased, yes. Same. I'm quite neutral.
Like, no, you are far from neutral, LDB. Don't even get me started.
We're our friends here, baby. We've seen each other's gacks, okay? I mean, I've seen all of yours.
So
you were sleeping.
Casimir said something about Carlin.
Yes.
I'll figure that out. But why?
Thank God.
Why hold this from us? I don't understand. Like, I get you were looking for the power, but we were supposed to be there for each other, man. We've been through the fucking shticks.
Ever since I've been brought back into this new body, he has had more of a grasp on me than he ever had.
I suppose I get that you have been less forthcoming with information since you became whatever you are now. Honestly, I think it would have been easier if you were still the sheep. But you know,
Hello, sheepy.
but if you're on our side now, and you genuinely say you are, I will try and trust you.
LDB says, "Can you lie? Yes or no?
Of course he can lie. He's got free will.
Can you lie? Yes or no?
One
Problem
of
solved.
us tells the truth. One of us
Boom.
lies.
He's an idiot.
Two truths and a lie. Okay.
He's an idiot.
Never have I ever lied. All right.
Odds on telling the truth. 1 out of 2.
Drink if you've lied. Okay, not me. Yeah, my cock is that big.
I mean, I guess.
Bro, LDB's living his best life through every situation. It's just insane.
Can you feel a tether with Varafan since?
No,
And he can't lie. We're saved. It came over.
exactly.
Where we go now?
Pig-
Fucking on mountains or something?
Piggly, I am prepared to cover for you with Alaric, with everyone.
Has Alaric's heard all this stuff as well?
No, when he saw you guys going to talk to Piggly, he turned back around and he got his soldiers to start cordoning off the
Can
sort
I
of
do?
area.
Can I do the meme where it's like, you should know this too?
Pedro Pascal and Hot Ones.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
If you want to, you can go tell him.
I was just gonna say, like, we tell Alaric he was an advance party. He got here to examine everything before we got here.
Okay, game plan. He's a good guy.
And LDB, you have to sell this, okay? I don't want
I
you to
can sell
be
it.
as you, but
Me and Alaric go back. We did a lot together. I can convince him.
half an hour ago you didn't even fucking remember the guy.
We were fugitives together. He, trust me. Okay, we've done a lot.
Fugitives? What?
He might not want to have been. He might not have wanted to have been, but he was. We bonded.
Fiskal
back of
can
that
feel
wide wagon.
his blood pressure rising.
I can't lie. So, you know.
I'm just gonna turn around and be like, you guys chat for a minute. I'm gonna walk maybe 30 feet away and I'm just gonna go,
He lets out the
Raven
most guttural
Queen.
Scream.
Raven
this point-
Queen, guide me.
That you get
I'm gonna go
a
from
message
shit
in your
later.
head that just says, "It's Diggsy. Saw the pillar. Getting back up." You can reply to this message.
I
For
will.
the charge of 20 pence.
Oh,
I will. I can I just kind of channel it?
Well, you just basically you would just say what you're going to say in your head, or well, out loud, with the intent that you're replying to that message.
So I'm gonna say, WTF? How? Question mark. We are here with the Blue Capes. Stay at standby. Don't intervene just yet.
You have reached your word limit. Do you want to pay?
You don't get a response from that.
Okay, that's fine. At which point I'm gonna go, Raven Queen, please fucking guide me here.
You sure you called it the right word there?
My matron.
Give me,
Matron, guide me!
give me.
No, it'd be
give
more
me a
right.
Nah,
Religion check.
bro, she'd be strap on you just shit like, oh, my God.
That's an 11.
An 11.
She's got a two-hander, I can tell.
You say this quick prayer to the Raven Queen. Bro, I fucking wish.
Hey!
Geronimo.
You say this quick
Just-
prayer to the
just
Raven
turn around
Queen,
and go.
but You
Ave Maria.
you don't get any sense that anything's being reciprocated here. Just do me a favor. How much of your luck thingy have you got?
I've got 1 point left.
Okay. I will give you the chance if you wish to try again and do a bit more of like a I don't know what the word is. Like a bit more of a solemn prayer, I suppose, to see if you can get through to her.
Will that lower the DC?
It will, yeah.
No, it hires it. 18 to beat.
Hamana. By the way, Dragon Dice by Emberglow Gaming.
Does Anoria Unravelled?
That's a 21. I can take a picture of it where it is if you don't believe me.
See, this guy can lie. This guy can lie. Okay.
The only guy
I
that
have
can
not
match
touched the dice. That is it.
He's a roguelike. Okay, we can.
Wait, that says a 1.
There's definitely
I can-
2 digits there, but okay.
I saw the number 7. Okay. Well,
Okay.
There you go.
Nice. Okay, that's better.
7.
I mean, that's not the dice that you rolled, but yeah, that's a 19.
No, it is.
so just Google image of 19 dice. Okay.
Am I using my luck point here?
No.
No?
You
Okay.
sense that your prayer sort of has been accepted, and you hear a raven cawing in the distance as it lands on a nearby ruin, and it's sort of darting its head around as it looks, and then eventually turns its head side on with you, and there's a in the inky sort of blackness of its eye there is a spark of light, and you regain all your luck points.
You're up there, son.
It's at this point though, while you're making this prayer and you're having this conversation, that you see that Alaric and Visca are sort of chatting to each other while tending to the horses, basically.
How far away are they?
Probably from where you are now, not that far, maybe like 20, 25 feet, something like that.
Cool. I'll flicker twice to them. I'm like, so, and I'll put my arms round. I imagine Alaric's like a couple inches taller than me and with his armor and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like, boys, what are we talking about?
Alaric looks towards you and he says, truthfully, Phiskal, when it concerns you and your party, I have no clue what happens at any times. Visca has tried his best to fill in the gaps. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Truthfully, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like,
What the fuck are we doing?
yeah, it's like the whole campaign is like a fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode. It's just the whole,
It's more or less.
When you speak to regular people, are like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
I'm just going to turn to them and go, I'm going to turn to Alaric and I'm going to go, basically, what has happened is Pigley, and I'm going to point at him, was previously in under the control of a deity known as Varathan. And because of that, he has become what he is, as opposed to the drunken gnome that we had initially met.
He's a drunken gnome in our hearts.
And then when obviously everything had happened at the Temple of Balance, and LDB and yourself, Alaric, had made a getaway, granted not by your choice.
A relationship.
Okay. Not by your choice, Vescar. Pigley had made his way into the catacombs of the Temple of Balance and found a statue belonging to the deity known as Arendor. And Arendor, if you don't know, General, was a old god, effectively.
Lord of the Rings.
And Varathan had tasked Pigley with destroying said statue, and he has done so here, and he also did so in Valin, which had allowed Erasmus to do the whole thing he did in Valin. But I have an associate known as Carlin Seeker. He is very much arcane inclined, and he has propelled Pigley 1,000 feet in the air. And during Pigley's plummet, he met a gentleman named Casimir. And Casimir has helped relinquish Varathan's control of Pigley. I'm willing to trust this at base level. I feel as though you gentlemen should too. However, this makes me concerned about the threat that is potentially looming if Varathan is trying to put a foothold within this realm. Because from what I know about him from Carlin, he is not a... Damn. He is not a pleasant entity to deal with. I understand that you are not going to actively trust Pigley at this instance, but I mean, I feel as though we've gotten along quite well, and if you can trust me, I feel as though you can trust him.
You watch as Alaric is looking at you. And
This
he goes,
whispering is going.
well, I'm just as lost as I was before, if I'm being honest with you. But all things being considered, I think at this stage, and then as he's about to finish that sentence, a huge wall of shadow comes in between you and Alaric and Visca, and like a fire being lit around the circumference of the Temple of Balance.
What is this? So, what do you mean? So it's like there's like a wall segregating each of us?
No. So you are stood here.
Yeah.
Alaric and Visca were on this
Oh
side.
no, so so the way I was stood, I was between them. That's what I was saying. I was like, I've got one arm
So
here.
then
one
what
arm
happened
here.
was you weren't.
So then what happened was you weren't. This wall of shadow sort of beams up between you, and it just separates you guys. You fall inwards, they fall outwards.
Okay.
And as you sort of stumble back, you watch, and you guys would see as well, this fire is sort of circling around as you spot the shadow that was slowly collecting into the center of the Temple of Balance.
Where the fuck's Brayden, by the way?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
where's
think
Brayden?
he's either shitting or fucking, bro. There's no other option.
So, as you guys are talking, Pigley and LDB, you would have spotted this as well. The shadows have
Are
solidified.
you saying we should know this too?
Well, and you should know this. The shadows solidify in the center. The portal in the middle that was green starts to glow, and fire of shadow lights up in a circumference around the area that you guys are in, locking out all the guards, and it's just you three in the center. And you spot, well, LDB, you would recognize this guy. White skin, red eyes, and as he steps out,
I was wondering when he was going to make an appearance.
He steps out of the shadow like Thanos stepping out of that portal in Avengers Endgame, or Infinity War, should I say? And he steps forward and he looks at you, all three of you. You'd recognize this as the creature that has taken the visage of the Chancellor of Commerce, Bart Aldridge. And you watch as as if tiny little mosaic tiles are being flipped across his skin. He turns into Bart Aldridge and he says, well, it took you quite some time to reach me.
LDB just puts his hand up.
Phiskal LDB, Pigley.
Can I put my hand up and go? I'll find you first, baby.
What did you say?
I'll find you first, baby.
Yes, I was wondering how you managed to penetrates my defenses.
The realness, baby.
I can
That's
tell
the
you.
realness.
I can tell you.
You watch as
talking about-
the
Talking about penetration. Let me go to my notebook out quick.
he looks across all three of you. Goes, well, don't tell me you don't recognize me.
And I go,
I wish the mic picked that
damn
up.
it was the Austin
Every
Powers
time.
fucking,
Oh, okay,
you know,
yeah.
it's fucking Voldemort!
You watch as he goes, well, I do suppose it's been a while since you've seen me. And his skin starts to flip in mosaic tiles again. And
Here we go.
you see before you the bald head,
Gonna be fucking
long
ziggles.
ears, and form of Erasmus as he stands before you and he goes, so we arrive here at
This
the
little motherfucker.
pinnacle, the unraveling, shall we say.
Erasmus.
He looks across all of you and he goes, all your gallant little efforts, all the alliances, the betrayals, the narrow escapes. You never wondered who set the dominoes, who whispered into the cracks into your lives. He's got a slight grin tugging at his lips. And he goes, he says, the Minister of Fine Arts, Aldridge, puppet to me, mate. I wore him like a cloak.
We saw his
Every
dead body
signature.
days ago.
Every signature pushed this city into chaos. It was all me. And when you sought refuge in Demetrial, that was noble of you, but to join the gangs, the turf wars, Diggsy's return, you simply danced in line. And his eyes narrow at you now, Phiskal, and he goes, and you, little thief, I think you've forgotten something.
I haven't
I
forgotten about
found out.
anything.
I found out where you keep your most precious things.
Where are they?
Oh, don't worry. I know you carefully tried to tuck them away, but I unwrapped them. I tore them away from the stone and the silence. You didn't protect them. You delivered them.
I'm just
And he
gonna
licks his lips.
pull my daggers out and I'm gonna go, where the fuck is my daughter?
He laughs a little bit and he turns towards Piggly and he goes, and you, my precious little catalyst. And he starts to walk now in a half circle around this platform.
Slave.
Each word seems to be cutting deep and he goes, did you ever ask why your parents turned on you? Why they broke their own child over and over, draining you for potions and rituals? Oh, they loved you all right, until I taught them how to fear you. Until I taught them how to use you. It was me. I bent them to my will. I harvested your pain. The perfect alchemical essence for my... He raises his hands up and he goes, my transformation. You were never Verithan's chosen. He saw you as a toy. And so do I, actually. So do I, actually, but I had plans for you, little Piggly, Graven Moor. Yes, you were part of my design. And he lifts his hand up and he goes, I believe you took something from me. Your only victory against me. And as he raises his hand, the Dolan Var lifts slowly into the air. And
Laters.
shoots
Not
towards
like
him.
gambling. Aww.
It shoots
My lovely
towards him.
Dolan Var.
And yeah, it basically rips free of the ground and flies towards him. And it
Can
starts
I use
humming
Mage Hand to
slowly.
try and catch it?
Can you do a what, sorry?
Can I use Mage Hand to try and catch it?
You could try, yeah. I'll allow it.
Yeah,
You would
fuck
have
it,
to do
I'll allow it.
I would say a strength check for this.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
What happened to using the physical dice, Braden?
17.
A 17. Okay, I probably should roll for Erasmus as well. Actually, no. Caleb, you roll for him.
Erasmus got a
Why
nat
am
20,
I rolling a
crazy.
D20?
D20.
We
Just tell me what the answer
use
is.
the metal one.
Go on, sunshine.
That's a 13.
Okay. And what did you get, Pigley?
17.
Okay. You watch as your mage hand, you cast your hand outward, and then as if coming from your own flesh, the mage hand shoots out in a weird greenish sort of hue and grabs onto the Dolan Var, and Erasmus sort of just raises an eyebrow, and he goes, "Don't tell me you want to keep this."
It belongs to me now.
Oh,
Please call him a
I'm
slave.
afraid not, little boy.
You could have said little
Dolan
slave.
Var never served you. It served its one true master, me. And then he pulls again, and he's pulling hard enough now with his magic that it's dragging your feet towards him. Do you still want to hold on?
LDB, grab me!
LDB's like this. What
Let's
the
go,
fuck?
grab me!
can I make a choice? Like, because I think if I recall, so they were 20 feet away from me. Looking at a triangle, I'm probably about 30 feet away from them. From
Erasmus, you would be.
not from Erasmus, from Pigley.
It would be about the same distance, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna flicker twice, and I'm just gonna kind of like latch onto Pigley.
Okay. You watch as the Dolan Var starts to shine with Erasmus's power, and he goes, "How so pitiful of you to grasp at the one thing that held you down for so long. Tell me, how many spells did you cast into this thing?"
Oops.
A lot of spells, I'd wager. Well, I think it's probably about time that we sent the magic back where it came from.
Oh fuck!
And now Pigley...
As he says that, I'm gonna flicker 15 feet away.
You watch as a torrent of magic missiles starts to fire out of the Dolan Var
Oh my god.
back towards you. You have a split second here.
I have
where,
a split second.
Yeah.
Misty step.
Yeah, can I Misty Step directly to where the Dolan Var is and see if I can just grab it?
That's bold.
You Misty Step.
It's mine!
You dodge the well, the magic missiles sort of start to collide into you, and as they do, they impact into you, but you've already willed the magic, and so they just sort of phase through you as if they're going through silk sheets, basically, as you disappear. The second that you disappear, the Dolan Var has nothing gripping it and immediately shoots to Erasmus, and you appear where the Dolan Var was. And his as soon as the Dolan Var touches his hand,
Don't do that. Don't fucking scratch it as well.
As it
As
flies
it,
to him, I'm going to call him.
That is the maddest pose I've seen. Oh my lord.
what did you say, Pigley?
As it flies towards Erasmus, I'm going to call him a cunt.
Put your hairless thighs away.
He starts to
This is
laugh.
fucking loads of hair.
But as the
Go
Dolan Var
JVB.
sort of connects with him, his form is starting to swell a little bit, and the shadows that were sort of dancing around him start to latch onto him like silk, and his voice is now getting a little bit louder and more thunderous, and he goes, "You all walked the path that I built. Every step. I didn't follow you. You followed me. Into ruin, into revelation." And he raises it high. He raises the Dolan Var sort of above him, and he goes, "Now you can witness the end, not of your story, but of mine. My true purpose fulfilled."
Erasmus, I do have a question.
He spares a glance at you.
Were you ever a gnome, or have you always been a changeling?
He gives you a smirk. I want everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, can LDB shout, do me, do me!
Do you?
Well, because you said to Phiskal, you're like, yeah, I got your daughters, and the pig, you're like, yeah, your parents fucked you up. You got nothing on me.
Okay, guys. So, top of the table. We're ready to go into it. Phiskal, you said you wanted to do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like close my eyes, and I'm gonna turn I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna try and send a message to Diggsy.
Close your
Diggsy's
eyes and try
Marathon.
and send a message to Diggsy.
Yeah, before
What are you
like we kind of get into it, and I'm gonna say, "Can you get past the wall?" And that's it.
Yeah, you don't hear any response yet, but you concentrated the same way that you did before when you replied to the message, and at this stage, that's all you can do. So, if that's everything, we'll go ahead and move into the fight proper. Now, Erasmus is going to go first.
Oh,
He is going.
is he laughing at us right now?
He is actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Objections.
Erasmus is Bez's dad.
Okay.
Fair, Erectus.
Actually, what does he want to do?
Fireball. Level 6 fireball. You're all dead.
So we
Okay.
flip the table now, yeah.
Can none of us heal?
I can heal.
I can
no,
heal.
you
I can heal
can't.
myself.
Oh shit.
If you can heal other people, that would work. But yeah, otherwise no.
If you hold a healing potion, you can heal.
I'm about
That's
half
good.
HP, but it's still more than Malrik.
He is
Malrik's
going
on
to.
full health.
I'm still more than you on half HP.
I'm replender's motherfucker, so I'm good.
In fact, I'm gonna instead of looking at this other screen, I'm just gonna search it up on my phone what these spells do. Oh my god, I think I might have overtuned Erasmus. This is actually going to be a bit crazy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh
Okay.
mate.
I've quickly gone from half cut to relatively shit faced, so
Okay. Erasmus, at this point, he's lifted the Dolan bar in the air, and with his hand before you guys sort of went into initiative, he basically shattered it. So now there's 3
Aww.
gems in the air that are sort of floating around him, just hovering slowly. And he's gonna look at you, Piggly, and he's gonna look at you and say, well, in your head anyway, he's gonna look at you and say, "Well, look, it's no time to get sentimental. Surely you just wanna wait it out and see what Varathan has to offer." And he is going to go ahead and cast Hold Person on you. What you have to do is succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Of what?
You have to beat a 17.
ooh.
21.
God damn. Okay. What do you say in response?
Attaboy.
Flip him off. Say fuck you.
Fair enough. He, as you do that, he looks at you and he goes, "Not bad. Not bad at all." And he starts to focus with his eyes. And then he's going to go ahead and use his bonus action to bring himself a little bit closer, actually. Well, that wasn't his bonus action, that was just his movement. He's going to bring himself about here. The Dolanvar crystals are sort of spinning in the center. That'll end his turn. Next up, we got Phiskal.
Okay. I mean, I'm a rogue. There's not a lot I can do, so I'm gonna move as close as I can to him. 5, 10,
Oh, wait.
15, 20, 25, 30. And I've fallen for some reason. What the
I've
fuck?
McFallen.
Collision are
I've
weird here.
fallen and I can't get up.
I've McFallen.
Does it work here?
Congratulations, Beds, you broke the map.
I did break it a little bit. Okay, let's just say
It's
you go
absolutely
there.
buggered.
Just
Uh,
rebuild.
and I will. I will throw my blink dagger at him.
At him, okay. Go ahead, make an attack roll, please.
Yeah.
Interesting.
20. 16 plus 7, 23.
That will do it. That will hit, yeah.
Cool.
Impacts into him as you throw the dagger towards him. Go ahead, roll the damage as well.
1d4. Brilliant. That is 4 plus 4, 8, and I teleport to him because I use my blink dagger.
8 points of damage. Yeah, you can tell. You can choose to teleport to him.
I'll let you do that because I am currently the observer in the situation.
I absorbed.
If
Okay,
you know
so
what
you
I
have
mean.
teleported next to him. Okay, will that do you?
No, because I get multi-attack. So I will then use Sky's Venom, which is presently laced with my very good poison, if you recall.
Very good poison.
I did send you it in Discord just so you didn't lose it, so you're going to have to search for it and tell me what I did.
Discord, okay.
I will take a picture of what the fuck I have just rolled, because I know you won't believe me if I don't.
When did you send this to me?
Oh, it was ages ago. It's when I first loaded it up, when Pigley and me and LDB kind of got into a bit of a spat.
He was gonna kill me with it.
Is this before
nearly
all
did.
the pictures of the place?
Probably. It was quite a while ago. It was the episode I just loaded. If that gives
Is
you
it the
any
Dark
insight.
Reaver powder?
It was the poison that Carlin synthesized for me.
I actually can't find it anywhere.
Sorry.
You just let me know what it does, though.
Oh, right, shit. Well, then I've got to find it. So you
Oh,
just
fuck,
shut
okay.
in me. And I can't come off Discord, so I've got to look for it on my phone.
I'm scrolling up. I'm trying to have a look. I can see one poison. It says there's the Dark Reaver one, but
No, so hang on, bear with. I think I
there's
pinned
pictures
it.
with-
I think I pinned it.
Oh, the Veritas. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Veritas Aconitum.
Aconitum, yeah.
The
Aconitum.
concoction looks, smells, and tastes like a potion of healing or other beneficial potions. However, it is actually poison masked by illusion magic. An identity spell reveals its true nature. If you drink it, you take 3d6 poison damage, and you must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. At the start of each of your turns, while you are poisoned in this way, you take 3d6 damage. At the end of each of your turns, you can repeat the saving throw. On a successful save.
Successful.
Successful.
On
That
a
was a successful. That was a successful.
On a successful save, the poison damage you take on your subsequent turns decreases by 1d6. The poison ends when the damage decreases to 1d6. And that is what I have rolled. It's a natural 20.
Brightness, yeah.
I see. Successful. Okay.
So that
Okay, suck my sable, okay.
doubles. Does that double the poison as well? Is my ask.
I would say yes.
Okay. Cool.
Go ahead. Just give me what the damage is on the dagger first. The actual dagger
the-
itself.
But why have I rolled with that? 1d4. No, I did. It was an 8. No, that was the last one. Oh, it's the same as I rolled, so it's 7.
Okay, so 7 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
And then for the
What's his
poison,
HP?
D6. I don't know D6 already. Bear with. Let me just pull it out my bag. Oh no,
Guys, you can buy your dice bags from our sponsor tonight's
Emberglow
episode,
Gaming.
Emberglow Gaming.
So that's a 4, a 4, and a 2. So that is 10.
Oh my god.
10
that's
poison
massive.
damage.
Poison damage. You go ahead and slice at him, and well, you throw the blinking dagger to him. It lands on his other arm, sort of impacts him on the shoulder, and then as you activate its magic, your hand just sort of threads itself around as the rest of your body appears. You pull out the dagger, and then you bring your Sky's Venom, and you go to slash him in, and you see the poison leave the blade, and you watch as you see momentarily the poison try and pulse out of his body, and then immediately just shrinks and burns off his skin. It looks as though poison didn't quite have an effect. As Erasmus sort of turns to you out the corner of his eye, and he goes, you watch as his face turns into that of your daughter, and he goes, "You wouldn't hurt me, would you?"
I know you're not her.
Oh.
We will move on now. LDB, you're next in the initiative order.
It's about to go crazy in here. About to go crazy in here. You ain't expecting this one.
Very crazy.
You ain't expecting this one from me. This could be quite successful of me, okay?
Just because Willy win.
This is gonna be crazy, okay? A successful throw, okay?
Saving throw.
Whatever. Well. Just reading my stuff quick. Fuck you know that back. Whoa. I'm just trying to fucking read here, bro. Get that shit out of my face. Bonus action more rage. You can turn off Surge power. Turn yourself up raising. Okay, is raging a bonus action? I can't remember. It is, isn't it?
It is a bonus action, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna rage now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
You literally just conked out.
Them! I love them! Where the fuck is my rage thing to tick? Where the hell's that? Under is it reaction? No.
On your thingy.
Yeah, I don't know. Good. I'm raging. I'm getting fucking angry. It should have been me. No. I'm gonna go right up in front of it. Oh hello, inside of him.
Swing
By the looks of it, I'm gonna be doing some bad damage. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there.
Damn. Okay.
This dude's about to get gang banged. Okay. And you know, non-consensually probably as well. Crazy that he's moving on my screen. Put me off a bit, but we'll have to move it there.
Bro, just wait till I change him.
Bro, you breathe with that cock? Okay.
Oh,
So I'm just
change him. Okay, sorry.
I'm on him, and I've done my bonus action, but I can still do 2 attacks. So I'm gonna attack him twice. I can throw my axes. Oh well. Right. I'm going to schmackadaka him twice. I'll do 2 roll for attacks and then just do the whatever hits damage. Yeah.
A bit easier.
Right. Oh my god, it was on the cusp. It was on the cusp. 14 and a 15, but I plus stuff for being raged. Or no? No, it's just 2 damage. It's just damage. It's just damage.
Pretty sure you do. Yeah.
It's just damage you plus, not the actual roll. It was a 14 and a 15 I rolled.
A 14 and a 15 for the damage, or to hit.
To hit.
That won't go through. You're swinging at him, and bits of the environment, the sort of path that you're stood on, sort of shoot out to deflect the attacks.
Oh, okay. Unsuccessful, if you will.
Unsuccessful, in a manner of speaking, yes.
And if we were to put it into a word, that would be the one we'd use. In the English dictionary.
Dick, you say?
Does that end your turn?
I believe so. Let me just make sure. Yes. Because I don't... Whoa! Sorry. The back. Bro, I literally feel like Austin Powers when I do that. 'Cause I'm like, whoa!
This is so hot.
Talk about the mole, but
Cyprus is so hot right
Mole,
now.
moly, moly, mole!
I just want to chop it up and make some guacamole.
Yes! Guacamole!
Cyprus is
We've got a
so
mole!
hot.
Oh, alright, tell someone he cares. It's 5 degrees here. Okay, fuck yourself.
30.
300 for.
I think that ends my turn because the other stuff I can do is like bonus actions and stuff, so I'll have to hand it there.
Fair enough. Piggly.
It's me.
It's you, my boy.
Big pig.
I'm gonna go over here.
Hello.
Right, bye. Oh, I fell.
Join the party. Hello. It's a sex one. You've been to those before, we know.
God, this is going to be so awkward. Okay,
Yep.
we'll say that you're there.
Did my joke not here? Great. Fuck me, I guess.
Oh,
What did you say?
I said, join the party. It is a sex one. We know you've done to those before.
I don't know where that joke's from. Actually.
It's because he's a swinger.
It's because he goes to sex
Oh,
parties
okay,
and
okay,
fucks
okay.
gilfs.
I do like gilfs.
I'm impartial to a gilf. 60
Impartial?
plus, really. I've successfully, smashed a few gills in my last. You could say it's a successful smash.
I'm
What
gonna
are you
use
doing?
healing hands on LDB.
Healing
The
hand.
reason-
Is that a spell that you cast?
That cow's fat.
It's an action.
Is it a spell that you're casting though?
So,
Okay.
Hello?
I don't know. It's an action, not a spell.
You cool?
Can you hear that? Oh shit.
Who goes there?
It's down as a special action instead of a spell.
Special.
This motherfucker's got special actions.
Yes. Look at him.
Metal. Metal action.
I got my special actions. Bro, I've been holding my cock for like 20 minutes now.
Same. What?
Craziness.
What's that?
Hold it
Craziness.
for you.
It's really small, so it's easy to hold, but.
Malrik von Cockring.
Actually, I'm Piggly, not Piggly. Is Piggly?
Piggly, not Piggly, Piggly, not Piggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly, Wiggly. Oh my lord! Oh my goodness
Mate, I've
gracious
had to
me!
turn the fan on. I don't.
It
care
looks
about
like
the
it looks like
background noise.
Silverstone on the back of your back.
My fan's on.
Okay.
It's
It looks
yeah,
like
no,
Silverstone
but
on your back.
Mine's
Okay.
my mic's receptive of everything, and obviously with me recording, it's a bit of a.
Problem.
Okay.
Problem.
It's not classed as a spell, Piggly. So go ahead. You do that, and then roll the dice, and then that's how much LDB
We could
will
we,
regain.
we could drag race off of your
That's-
back, Cal. Is all I'm gonna say.
That's 8 hit points to LDB.
Hey hit points. You hit me for 8 damage.
You challenging me?
Are you challenging me?
I thought you were supposed to be on our side.
I know. Crazy that he's just thorn whipped me.
Fair enough. We go back up to Varathan. Not Varathan.
Varathon. Wait a minute.
Erasmus.
No, not Varathan.
Hang on a minute. You
Oh,
should
I'm
know this
out.
too.
One in the same. Okay.
Eldritch.
is
What's the
gonna go
fucking
ahead,
thunder wave?
Are you raging now, Dan?
I'm evading. Yes. I've got a raging claw. Yes.
He is going to go ahead and. Oh wow.
Oh, don't say that.
He is going to go ahead and use one of his legendary actions. And you watch as he holds his hand in the air, and a shard of the Dolan Var floats down to him, and he crushes it in his hand. And as he crushes it, a huge wave or pulse of just dark energy blasts out from you guys, or from him into you guys surrounding him. Go ahead, everyone, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm willing to
You
bet
have
he's
to
got
beat-
3 legendary actions.
15.
It might reblend. Some people reblend.
Fuck, 8.
Well, I
Hey.
mean, I rolled a 17, so I'm not going to bother adding.
You rolled a 17. Why wouldn't you
Okay.
bother adding?
Because if it's a DC of 15, what's the point?
Because he can't do maths.
Yeah. Oh no, it's +1, 18.
8.
I have lost my rolling thing. There it is. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3. God damn it. Right, so who got less than 15? Okay. You guys both take 10 points of damage. Necrotic.
Both.
Lucky
Implying
I'm
only 2.
resistant.
I'm resistant to necrotic.
Same.
So you would half that.
I'm not resistant to necrotic.
I'm also not resistant to it.
Ooh, that healing was great. Healing came in handy.
And you watch then as Erasmus looks at you guys, and he sees that you're still sort of standing. He thought that just the bare minimum would be enough to take you guys out, but clearly that hasn't really worked as he thought it might. So he's instead then going to use his regular action to... He's going to look at you, Piggly, and his eyes are going to narrow, and his head is going to turn into an image of your dad. And he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, Piggly, I am so disappointed in you." And you start to raise slowly from the
Psychic
ground.
damage.
It won't be psychic damage, actually.
Oh.
You raise in the air by about 20 feet, and then you feel the air around you start to condense as you start to get crushed in on yourself. Make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, wrong one. Hang on. Nat 20.
Nice.
Damn. I mean, you're still going to take some damage. But that's a great fucking save.
I land on his head. Head goes
Okay,
in
so
my
you take
ass and
half of
dies.
this. Yeah, you sort of, with your new energy, you find ways to restrict basically the magic that's trying to take hold of you. You take a reduced 11 points of damage as you're held in the air momentarily.
He loves it.
And that's reduced? Fuck me.
And then
What
at
is
the
this
end,
shit? I'm so fucked for this.
I think we all are.
Nah.
Okay. At the end of Erasmus's turn, you guys watch as the portal starts to spin faster, and it's starting to glow a little bit more. And part of the shadows that are making up this structure start to vibrate as spectral shadows, wraiths, appear.
No, Arthur.
And they're spat out.
Bat.
And
like
you
it when
hear like a low hum coming from the ground as the ground shakes slightly. You guys remember what happened at Varlin, and you imagine Erasmus is trying to do the same thing here. So these wraiths are now going to be here. They are going to go at the basically after you guys have had your turns. So they're currently just stood here for the time being. Ignore the name, please.
That's exactly what I need. More shit that's gonna fuck me up.
I told you I was going to try to kill you.
Already have too
Next
many
up
hit points.
is Phiskal. It's your turn, Brad.
What I go on, my G?
Go on, Brad.
Okay. I am going to try and use Purple Void on Erasmus.
Okay. Make your attack roll, dude.
I swear to God, I will take a picture of it if you want me to. That is a natural 20.
Chat.
Yeah, what do we think of that, chat? Too
Can we
long?
get a picture of that chat?
I swear, I'll reach for my phone. Reaching, got the phone.
No, he knocked it.
No, I promise I haven't. Because it's
Chat says
Sorry.
Erasmus instantly dies. That's-
Upside
Oh yes, come on, chat.
where's my camera?
Come on, my
Chat
dude.
control. Chat controls D&D.
Oh, that's blurry as shit.
He had a dick pic on it. I saw it.
You can't
Oh,
see.
Yeah,
Let me
always
take.
is blurry,
That's a nat
guys, just
20.
blurry.
Yeah. Oh god, my screen
Hang on,
smudged. Sorry about that.
hang on,
Whoops.
hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on.
Oh wait, it's not a 20, it's a 02. What the fuck? This doesn't help, you know.
No, it's not. It's not showing.
He's only enforcing the lie by trying to prove it so much. You're making it look worse.
Oh shit!
I promise,
saw-
guys.
I
I
saw a
promise.
20, I saw a
Oh my
20,
god,
sorry.
I promise it's a 20. Okay.
I'm not even lying.
Roll
right
your
now,
damn
guys.
wars, dude.
I need to pick out. Where's my bag? Where's my bag?
Oh wait, this shouldn't be here. There we go.
Shit. Where's the 10?
You should know this as well. This
You should know
shouldn't
this
happen.
too.
But it did.
3d10. So I need 3 of these.
This should not happen.
That is a.
Dad.
Is that a 9 or a 6?
Well, it's a D10, so it could be both.
No, it's an. That. Oh, okay. No, I see how it works. So that is a 6,
Oh, it's a dice. Ah.
a 9, and an 8. Oh, what the fuck is that in maths?
I don't know. I can't do mental arithmetic.
6 plus 9 plus 8, 23. So it's
Damn.
20. Oh, but that's double, no? So I roll again. 23, because I got a crit. So that's 23
you crit,
plus.
You roll twice the number of dice, yeah.
8, 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8. 46 damage. Yeah, and that's 46 damage.
It's about a flesh wound.
Okay.
And that
I
saves me for 7 days as well. So
I want you to
Die.
explain to me how this looks. This isn't how you want to do this, but that's a shit ton of damage, so...
So I've seen that the poison hasn't really done anything as such. So I've just gone fuck this, and I've tried to channel. What are you doing?
That's your attack. Huh?
I've gone to channel the energy that Carlin has given me, and the hunger that comes with the void spell. And I go to kind of like channel it through my blink dagger, and I go to stab it in his kind of abdomen area, and as it's in there, I twist it and kind of like drain some life force from him.
Incredible. I mean, that was an insane amount of damage. And you can immediately tell that Erasmus, for all of his scheming and planning, is definitely caught off guard by just how much damage you were outputting there. And you can see the faintest hint of panic in his eyes. He is going to go ahead and... Yeah, he's going to go ahead and use a legendary action.
Is it a
As he
reaction?
summons forward another Dolanvar shard and crushes it in his hand. He is... Well, before he crushes it, it starts spinning rapidly in his hand, and then he does crush it. And everyone within 30 feet... Oh, how weird, that's everybody.
Everyone there.
What a
we're-
coinky dink!
It's
Yeah,
so
I need
strange.
more
Everyone
of
make a wisdom saving throw
Oh, for fuck's sake.
to be a
Oh,
17, please.
Wisdom.
18! Get fucked!
You die first.
Ah, that's a 9.
Unlucky. LDB?
12.
Okay. LDB and Phiskal, you guys watch as when Erasmus crushes this in his hand, he seems to get much larger. To you, Phiskal, it looks like he's holding a small body in his large hand, and he's slowly starting to crush it, and it puts a fear in you that you have not felt in a long time. LDB, to you, he looks like... Well, he's starting to look more and more like you. But he's burning from the
My
inside out.
worst enemy.
And he's charging towards you in this vision. To you, Piggly, he looks like the visage of Varathan, but that's a fear that you've already conquered, and it doesn't seem to have an effect on you. But for the two of you, you're both now frightened.
What's that mean?
We're
So
fucked.
Means you're a pussy.
frightened. I've got it on the back here. Give me 1 second. So when you're frightened, you have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of the fear is within sight, and you cannot willingly move towards the source of the fear. And you can repeat a saving throw to break that each turn.
Start of each
Basically,
turn?
it'll be your turn. Yeah.
Is that an
At the start.
action to do it? Or...
No, that's just like you trying to break out of it.
That was at the start of our turn.
Yeah, start of your turn. And that was whose turn was that? Fiskal's, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so next up then,
I know. I mean, I never said I ended my turn. But...
do you end your turn?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Right, I knew it was coming. LDV, you're up next. So go ahead and now roll another wisdom saving throw to beat a 7.
Wisdom saving.
Just check as well if you have any
We ain't doing that.
anything to like advantage against being frightened or anything like that
I don't think I do.
for when you're raging. Do you not?
I get advantage on saving throws. You get advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Oh, it's strength saving throws.
Rage,
So
you gain
I
10 check-
have advantage against being charmed. Is that
not the same thing.
not the same thing? Okay, cool.
No.
Oh,
I guess not. I really thought you did, but I guess not. Oh well.
Don't think I do. No.
That sucks for you guys.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
can attack. I can attack because I'm in within.
If you you
I've
can
got a
attack,
move.
you'll just be at disadvantage.
But I haven't got a move either of us. So I should...
You don't have to move away from him though.
All right, I'm gonna attack myself because I'm gonna go. What the fuck are you doing here?
Okay, go on.
You look just like me. The fuck?
And I don't like
Wrong
that.
Fuck you. Oh, my first one. Let's do the first one. Where's this? Oh. Okay, my worst roll was 17 for that first hit.
A 17, that will
Yes.
do it. Yeah, you can
Okay,
bust
that's
out of
one.
it.
But I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3 hits. I'm gonna do 3 hits. Okay.
Wait. Was that you trying to break out the fear? The
That
17?
was my hit. That was my hits.
Okay, roll to just see if you break out the fear.
I've already done it.
Oh, what did
Oh, I
you
forgot
get?
to tell you. I got like a 9.
Okay, yeah, you're still scared.
Yeah.
So you get disadvantage. So you would have to roll twice and use the lower of the two.
Yeah, I just rolled twice for my hit. My lowest was 17.
Fucking
That
hell.
was,
That
my first. That was my first hit. That was my first bad boy hit. Okay.
Go on then.
The next one. My lowest roll was 17.
Again.
Yes. For context, I rolled a 17 and a 28.
Okay, well, I guess, go on then. Yeah. Oh,
And for my next one, my lowest is 22.
okay. 22 will definitely hit, yeah.
So 17 and 17 and 22, so they're all going to hit him.
No, the two 17s don't hit, actually.
If 2 17s don't hit.
I've just checked his AC, and two 17s don't hit.
This guy's gay! Okay. Well, I'm going to hit him once then, I guess. Now, you just bastard, I fired 3. Alright, let me go for the swing then. 10 damage.
10. Okay. 10 damage.
You big bushy boy. Bomba clot! So I'll bring it down.
Me bomba. Okay. Does
Damn,
that
I
end
thought I
your
had 3.
turn?
You motherfucker.
Or are you doing anything
Yeah,
else?
that ends
Yeah?
me turn.
I
Yeah.
thought it might. Piggly, you're up next.
I had a feeling.
I'll cast Vampiric Touch on him.
Oh,
Okay.
on your master, you would do such a thing?
What is that? You just meet to beat his AC, basically.
14.
14 doesn't hit. As you
Oh.
extend your hand out as you extend the magic out to inflict the damage, you see some of the shadows from these pillars just sort of strike down at the magic and pin it to the ground, and it fizzles out. It doesn't reach him.
That's the end of my turn.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay.
We ain't looking
Okay,
too good.
next up then, we've got these geese and they're going to use their
I forgot about
movement.
them.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to go here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to go here. Okay, he can't actually stand there, so... Okay, whatever, he's there. Okay, so for the audio listeners, the two wraiths that were spawned at the end of the turn dashed up and charged towards the party, who are now stood on the platform, overlooking this portal, which seems to be slowly now at the end of this next turn. You can see peaks starting to appear underneath it, sort of wobbling as if they're, well, under sea waves, as the ground starts to rumble and tremble a little bit more. You can hear really faint sort of echoes or shouts from beyond the wall as you gather people trying to get through somehow. But with the end of Pigley's turn, we go to Erasmus, who is... he's going to go ahead and... Oh, wow, that's very strong, actually. Okay, he's going to go ahead and use his bonus action to Misty Step.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
Right here.
Lip
And then he will go ahead and... Oh, that would be kind of funny, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. How much damage will this do, actually?
Damage.
So you're aiming at me then, is what you're saying.
No.
Never that.
Forget it.
Yeah, bomb back on.
Okay, I don't know why that's not.
Damn, why is Malrik so glass cannony? Like, he's not even a cannon, he's just glass. Like, what's going on? In my fear, I behead Malrik.
He's going to go ahead, in fact, and look at you, LDB.
Oh, good.
And you
I'm
watch
like, what are you looking at me for? Who's this guy looking at me? Who the fuck is that guy?
You watch his now his eyes, well, your eyes, I suppose. You're looking at a reflection of yourself. Your eyes start to go black, and then tears start to roll down, and you feel the world around you sort of start to spiral in on itself. You're actually realizing now you feel quite tired.
Oh.
So he's going to go ahead and cast a spell at you, and I want you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Fantastic, I'm good at those.
Yep. Yeah. What did you get? A 3. Dang
Yeah.
no.
It literally went like 16, it was like, to the 3.
You see, yeah, as this form of you sort of starts to cry these black tears, basically, the whole world starts to sort of turn sideways, and you fall asleep.
Fantastic. That'll do it.
Oh.
Who the fuck did that?
That was not worth it. Okay, there we go.
I am mounting you.
Very good.
Very nice. Very good. Very nice.
Oh, this guy's fallen over too. You should know this too.
He cast. Okay, yeah. So he cast a spell on you that's forced you to. Oh, oops. Okay, fella, you can just stand here. There we go.
I couldn't make him stand up.
He's made you basically fall asleep now. You are effectively unconscious now, and if you take any damage, or if another creature uses its action to shake you awake, you will remain asleep.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're
So
out,
if I'm attacked, I'm still gone. I'm done.
If you're attacked, then you'll wake up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bez got confused with what he said.
But they can't wake me up.
People can wake you up, but they'd have to use
their
their
okay.
action.
You did
to,
say if they attacked you or tried to wake you up, you wouldn't wake up. Was what you
Is that
said?
what I said? Oh,
Yeah.
I take it back, dude. I take it back.
Yeah, confused the fuck. I thought, what the fuck? I'm done. I'm done. I'm over.
Okay. But that means he's got no more slots of that level. Cool. Okay. And that will... Yeah, that'll take his action. Okay, so he's done. That's Erasmus's turn. Next up is Phiskal.
What a
So go ahead. You need to now do a saving throw.
Yeah, wisdom, yeah.
Wisdom.
Beating a 17.
That's a 9.
Still frightened.
Rolling at disadvantage, correct?
All attacks that you make roll with disadvantage, and you can't voluntarily move towards Erasmus.
Attacks. Okay, let me just double check some.
So you got 3 attackers, I guess, then, isn't it?
Quick, fuck off. Real quick.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Why'd I get picked on?
So
Fucking piece of bacon.
I'm going to expend my luck charges
Oh damn!
to
Okay.
enter the Shadow of Fate.
Cool. Okay.
Every time you
You're,
open your mouth in this campaign, I just think, gay boy.
you watch. You guys watch as Phiskal hunches over a little bit more. The contours of his body start to sort of become a bit more jagged. Phiskal, your eyes start to glow silver, and you start to see thin sort of threads around the place, dotted everywhere. You've entered that mode. You've been granted vision beyond
The
sight.
mode.
Cool. So for the next minute, I deal an extra 2d6 psychic damage on all successful attacks.
Yes.
I also gain advantage on my rolls during this minute.
Which means they would balance out, so you
Yeah.
just do a straight roll. Yeah.
Okay. Can I then roll an attack after entering this mode, or is that an action?
I think that's a bonus action to enter it, right?
Action type, no action is what it says at the top there.
Okay. I will say that was intended to be a bonus action to enter that mode. So yeah,
Okay.
you can do
Cool.
an attack.
So I will then go to attack with my blink dagger.
Okay.
That is a 19 plus 7, 26.
26, yeah. A 19 just on the dice will just about hit.
But so it's a 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's 1d4, 3d4. I'm just gonna roll this 3 times. 3d4 plus 4, so that's a 4. A 2, 6. And a 1, 7 plus 4, 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay, and are you blinking to him?
Well, I'm next to him, am I?
Oh, you've already blinked to him. Okay.
Yeah, I'm next to him.
No, he moved. Remember?
Did he?
Yeah, you went
moved
shling ding bong ding bong ding
Where's he at now? Oh, yeah.
on the.
on your yonder.
Yeah, I'll flicker to him.
Oh, where did you just go?
I
Oh,
don't
damn,
know.
this guy
Oh,
flickered
there he is.
far. Jeez.
Skadoosh.
So I flickered to him and then I've
Let's get in.
diced him up.
Pieced him up a little bit. Okay. Nice, nice. Will that do you?
Yeah, I will end my turn.
Okay. Next up, Piggly.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to Misty Step behind him.
Okay. Yeah. You sink into the ground, and it's almost like those camera shots where it starts in a puddle, but then it pans out and the world is like upside down. That's what it looks like to you. You sink into the ground and then you reappear at the same time on the opposite side, sort of flowing out of the mist and the shadows. But you are, yeah, ostensibly behind Erasmus now.
As I come up out of the ground, I'm going to slap his ass and vampiric touch him.
Okay. Go ahead, roll.
I thought you little bastard. Fuck!
Never mind.
Make sure you lick your fingers
Yeah,
first.
Give
Bash!
him one of these.
Tickle his nuts.
Okay, so that will not hit actually, Piggly. I'm afraid not.
Shocker.
Okay.
I'm gonna start using my normal one.
Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay,
And
cool.
my turn. My turn.
So 5, 10, 15. Oh shit. 5, 10. Yeah, these two guys are going to move up to you. Oh my god.
To me? What do
To
they want to do?
you.
What do they want to do to a sleeping dude? It's a bit weird.
They want to attack you for advantage.
No. He's asleep. He can't. They can't.
So they're going to go ahead and, well, this guy, he's going to go ahead and attack you.
Fantastic.
Now you are on the ground, so
Yes.
asleep, so that's going to be an automatic success.
Fantastic.
So that is going to hit you. I'm just going to go ahead and roll the attacks.
Does
now.
he not roll a
Yes.
save if you hit him though?
A save for what?
Because he's asleep. So if you hit him, does he not wake up if you hit him?
He will, as soon as he takes damage, he's going to wake up, so he doesn't need to roll anything. Yeah.
I'll just get up, yeah.
Yeah. So you'll
Arise, Sir
Okay.
Gregor.
Arise.
So you guys on the opposite end watch as this wraith sort of comes up off the ground and spins into a ball of like shadow energy, and then turns into like a spear and just straight stabs into LDB. You are going to take. Oh, whoops! That was the wrong amount. 12 points of damage.
Fucking hell.
But the wraith that was here is no longer. He disappears as soon as he stabs into you. He's gone. You are now awake, so you get up.
Okay.
Wraith number 2.
I must warn you, 9.5 times out of 10, I woke up hard.
Okay,
Uh,
that's not going to be a problem where we are, baby. Where we're
so what I'm
going.
saying is, I'll do this. What ding? He's gone, mate. He's getting slingshotted. That guy's got. He's gone. There's nothing left of him. Smithereens.
I bum blast him.
Fun blast.
Okay.
Blasted.
Yeah. This other guy's going to do the same thing to you, but now he actually has to roll to see if it goes through.
Very good. Very
A
nice.
D20. Where are you? That's going to be a. Fuck, that's a 13, so that's not going to hit. Okay.
Champion.
Second one, he goes to attack you. You wake up, rock hard, and swat him away as you turn
better
around. Like,
believe it.
oh, what's going on? Boom. And his form disappears, so he's now gone. Okay, next up, after
Are you
after
ready to
that,
cock?
we go back up to Erasmus's turn.
Yay.
You guys. Okay.
Like that?
Too much.
Oh. It doesn't balance very well. It's literally that or the other way.
Ah. Yeah, let's just
That's what I
stick
got.
with that.
Unless I can.
You guys watch as Erasmus turns around to you two,
Yeah.
and he's kind of got a strange expression on his face. And you watch as you're looking at him, and then you sort of blink a couple of times, and then he's gone. He disappears.
What a guy.
And he's going to go ahead and move over here. He has ostensibly disappeared from the battlefield.
Am I still beard?
You wouldn't be, because he's no longer in sight.
Because he's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Goody.
And then you guys watch as the Dolanvar crystal that was left in the center slowly starts to just go. Two more crystals appear, and then the
Yes.
rumbling around this area starts to intensify a little bit, and you start to see just the crown of a tower appear underneath the portal here. That will be, however, Erasmus's turn. Next up, Phiskal.
Yeah. Would it be an action to try and contact Diggsy?
Try and contact who?
Diggsy.
Oh, Diggsy. You don't really have a way to contact him.
Well, there was
oh, no,
the,
you
the
do.
thing that he did, that I did, that he did.
Well, not just that, but also you got the tattoo as well.
But yeah, but is that a way to contact him?
There's a way for him to contact you.
He can find us,
Well,
can't he?
yeah, but like he said to reply to him, and I haven't heard anything since.
That's true. That's a great point, actually. I'll say you can try and contact Diggsy, but you won't have an idea if it works until he gets back in contact with you, basically.
Okay. I'm gonna just try and contact him. And I'm gonna go, get your fucking ass in here now.
Fair enough.
And then I'm gonna turn to Erasmus and go, did you ever care about Valin?
What a silly question.
You hear telepathically in your head as he goes, Violin was a means to an end. I never gave a shit.
I love her.
Were you ever a philophone?
Philophone, Gravenmore, Schlongding. What's it a name, really?
A lineage.
Are you telling me you're trying to live up to a lineage?
I'm trying to surpass my lineage.
And what is your lineage?
Beggars, thieves, and whores, if you must know. But I'm trying to be something more.
Ah, there is something in your lineage. Something you've not discovered yet, I'd wager. Otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Any hints?
No hints, that's all he says.
Okay. So I've used my purple void. I'm going to cast invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to move 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That
Into
would
the
be
void.
in the portal, by the
Into
way.
the void.
Oh, into the void. 6. There, we'll go there.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Bonus actions. I will then flicker 15 feet. 1, 2, 15 feet. Fuck!
Yeah, the collisions in this are a little bit dicey.
There. It doesn't recognize me.
For the audio listeners, Phiskal can't stand up right now.
Yeah, for real.
There we go. Okay, that'll do. Okay,
Sure.
so janky. Okay. Alright, that'll do you then. That'll do Pigley. That'll do. Next up is
Who the
LDB.
fuck's Pigley?
Who's Pigley? I don't know Malrik von Cockering.
My name is Phiskal.
Slongus Dingus.
Did you say it's my go?
It is your go.
I've just woken up in a state. Fucking hell! I've been fucking stabbed! I've been stabbed!
They mugged me.
They took everything! I have a lot, but they took everything! My clothes! Oh no, I didn't have them in the first place.
Not much on actually.
No, I never put them on anyway, so I didn't bother. Can I see this tower coming out of the middle?
You can see just like the peak of a tower just underneath here, yeah.
So I probably couldn't jump onto it.
You could, but
probably
you don't know what the composition of this is.
I don't need to, baby. I don't need to know. Because I'll find
Okay.
out. I'm going to jump on
Alright,
that
go
here.
ahead. Are you going to jump into it?
Oh yeah, onto the spire, yeah.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Just to make sure, you definitely want to go into it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You jump
is that a
in-
bad thing?
You jump into the
Okay,
portal.
we're doing it. Yep.
You fall through the section that looked solid.
Shit.
And
Ah!
if you're hitting water, you crash into something cold, something sharp, painful. Instinctively, when you dive in, you close your eyes as you would when you dive into water.
Dive? I'm not
and I
diving.
think-
I'm not going head first.
Well, you jumped in with your feet, but as you land,
I'm
it's sort of
gonna-
like.
hey! Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
And as you look down, you just see a bottomless abyss with writhing tentacles grasping around thousands of different structures. And you see a set of teeth sort of gnashing together, looking up towards you as you start to sink slowly towards it.
That's not good.
Nope.
You think?
Sort of like the thing in Star Wars, you know, the fucking desert
The
arse
Sarlacc
muncher.
bit,
You
yeah,
know? Yeah.
Similar
Okay.
to that, yeah. Except
Can I
this has got a bit
swim?
more.
Can I sort of swim in this place? Can I just? Oh, shit!
You can give it a go, yeah. You
I'd
can
like to do
swim
that.
upwards.
I'd like to swim upwards and try and get onto like this ledge here.
Move your camera up.
Okay. As you sort of look up and swim towards the surface where you just broke through, basically.
Yeah.
You reach your hand out, and it's like your hand is behind cling film,
Oh.
and you.
But I'm
can't
quite strong.
Can't quite pierce out of it with the initial lunge, anyway. Go ahead, give me a strength check.
Okay. 23.
That'll be enough to pierce it, yeah. You
I'd
guys
like-
would watch. Pigley and Phiskal would see LDB just go, all right, and then dive in, and then a few seconds later, you just see his hands sort of like clawing outward, like trying to reach onto a ledge.
I'd like to grab the ledge.
Yeah, you can grab it.
Can I just grab it? Yeah, don't have to roll for it. Just.
No. I would say,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna-
with how strong you are, it'd be easy enough for
Okay.
yourself to grab it.
I'm gonna go bang, grab the
Yeah.
ledge, pull myself up, and then Ace Ventura style, be like, "Do not go in there."
Okay.
I literally closed hand. I'm like, "Do not go in there." God damn! Give that a minute.
It was a brave choice of you to do that, but hey, you lived anyway. Okay, does that end your turn? Is there anything else you want to do?
I've learnt my lessons. I'm gonna end my turn there.
Pigley, you're up next, dude.
How many shards of the Dolan bar are there?
3.
C'est mais c'est quoi là?
I'll cast magic missile at first level with one going on each of the shards.
Okay, do me a favor, just roll the damage.
Oh, it's guaranteed to hit, huh?
Five, 2, and 2.
Okay. One of the Dolanvar crystals you shatter, and you hear like a distant echo of a scream in everyone's minds. Nothing else really seems to happen.
Cracking. We've hacked it. We've hacked the code.
Let's... However, from
What the fuck?
from
It's
the
a cock.
portal emerges a tentacle, almost as if in response.
I'm gonna shout. I told you guys, do not go in there. Okay.
It sort of lurches out and is unseeing, but is feeling around the air, and you see like the suckers that are on it are like pulsating, almost as if they're tasting the air around it. And it turns straight towards where you are, LDB.
It doesn't me, doesn't it?
Malrik.
Oh no! Don't suck
Maul,
me.
Pigley, what is your turn? Do you want to do anything else? The other 2 Dolanvar crystals haven't been changed.
No. It's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up, we go back to Erasmus. Oh yeah, he's not got that one there.
He razzy.
Okay.
He razzy mazzy, mate.
You hear, each of you hear in your heads, Erasmus go, "Alright, well, I've had quite enough of you guys, so how about we make it to the finale, eh?" And then you watch as the purple wormtail disappears.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
short-lived.
And then in its place,
There's a big
Giant
box.
cube.
Is this...
Ah, not the.
It's got noises.
Okay.
Shit.
It's Cho'Gath!
Whoa! It's fucking got noises and shit. Damn.
a huge worm pops out of it. Ignore the dirt at the bottom. In fact, let's not ignore the dirt. I know
The
what
dirt. You should know this too.
The Dirt, are you referring to the film about the Motley Crew that Netflix produced?
I don't know what that means.
There's a film called The Dirt. It's a whole thing. Machine Gun
Just because you're a
Kelly's in
dad
it.
doesn't mean you can do that, okay?
Hey.
This worm pops out of the ground, and then Erasmus. Oh, get rid of this tail. Erasmus reappears just over onto this side here. Not that side, sorry, this side here. And he looks at you and he goes, "Right, well, as far as I'm concerned, right, you guys are fair game. So, whatever happens from here, it's on your heads." And he's going to go ahead and use a 7th level spell slot.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's going to do something
I feel
interesting
like.
here.
I feel like I haven't got a HP.
Let me just see exactly how this...
These noises are crazy.
They're pretty good, innit?
Yeah. Pretty mad, pretty crazy, pretty good bargain as well. Proper nice, proper bargain.
Okay. He's going to go ahead and he
That's a rule.
flexes out his hand, and the 5 points of his fingers sort of glow, and they sort of transpose onto the ground around you in a 50-foot radius. And you see a sort of purple energy start to surround this entire sort of area as you guys start to slowly float in the air towards where this purple worm is sort of facing.
I'm invisible. Am I still floating?
You would be affected by this. So, gravity has just been reversed in a 50-foot radius, 100-foot high cylinder centered on a point. All creatures and objects that aren't somehow anchored to the ground in the area will fall upward and reach the top of the area from when the spell is cast. A creature can make a dexterity saving throw to grab onto a fixed object it can reach, thus avoiding the fall. If some solid object, such as a ceiling, is encountered on this fall, falling objects and creatures strike just as they would during a normal downward fall. If an object or creature reaches the top of the ceiling without striking anything, it remains there, oscillating slowly for the duration. At the end of the duration, affected objects and creatures fall back down.
Damn.
So, effectively, if you end up floating all the way 100 feet, when it ends, you will fall 100 feet down and take 100 feet worth of falling damage. You guys watch as Erasmus, his feet seem to be, the edges of his feet still seem to be glowing where he steps, and you watch as his robes and everything are lifting upwards, but he himself is sort of, his robes and the energy coming from his eyes is sort of all lifting upwards, but he himself is stuck to the ground. And the worm in the center gets a little bit longer as his body is sort of pulled out slowly. And that will be Erasmus's turn. Who's next up after Erasmus? Phiskal, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Phiskal, you go ahead and go next.
Can I try and ascertain if there's any weakness to this worm? If there's any, like, crack in the plating or anything?
I mean, from the way that this worm is sort of popping out, it's got, whereas this sort of physical model looks like it's got like chitinous armor, the actual worm doesn't have much aside from where his head is. The rest of his body just looks like a massive tentacles that are sort of swirling around each other.
Right.
So it looks pretty fleshy and pretty, like, you know, attackable, if you so wished.
So only his head has got armor.
So, okay. What I'll do is I'll go to... As I'm, like, starting to float up, I'll go to flick it on toward it. And I will roll for an attack on my... I'll try and grasp onto it. And I'll roll for an attack with my blink dagger. Which is... That's a natural 20.
Fuck me, dude. Why? This is usually the other way around, man. What's going on?
It's because I'm
How do you
using real
make,
dice this time.
How do you make guys go up again? I can't remember.
So, yeah, that's a natural 20.
I can't really do
How'd you make them go up? Oh,
Dagger to...
Do you hold him with like W or something?
Question with this, because I got a
Fuck is that?
crit, Do I also double the 2d6 psychic damage?
Just place that somewhere.
I don't make that go higher. Can you make it go higher?
You just sort of
Yes.
place him. What did you say, sorry?
Because I got a crit, do I also double the 2d6 psychic damage?
What the fuck?
2d4,
You-
sorry.
Double the damage die, yeah.
Would I double this damage for the psychic as
Sorry?
well?
Yes, yeah, correct.
I'm just gonna...
Now, you attacked out of invisibility, right?
Yeah.
So you would get sneak attack as
Oh,
well.
for fuck's sake, that's so many dice! That's a d... That's... Okay, so 4d6 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How the fuck do I flip around?
And then that's 2d6 plus... hang on, I've got to do some fucking math here, Jesus Christ.
Fuck me.
So I get...
That's not working out
So-
at all. Okay, I have an idea. Down in a second.
That's that. That's sneak attack. That's that.
Nope, still too big.
That's that. Okay, cool.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Right, I've got all my dice.
There we go.
Oh, you made him smaller.
Presently in my hand, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice.
Okay, go ahead, roll them. Let's see what damage you get.
Yeah. Cool. So 1, 2, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus 4, 27 damage.
Damn. You slice into the worm here, and you feel as though when you sort of slice your dagger forward, there are threads that are appearing and piercing through the shadows and following the arc of where your blade struck, effectively enhancing and slicing a little bit deeper in with each sort of attack that you make. And you watch as well as when you slice through the worm, part of Erasmus's body gets torn as well. And Erasmus sort of looks back at you and then looks up and he narrows his eyes on you. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I've still got another attack, so I've got 2 weapon fighting.
Fuck.
Well, so that's a 2 plus 7, 9.
That second attack doesn't get any.
Yeah, I
purchased.
didn't think it would. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. But I'm currently like grasped onto the worm, like at the back of it.
Yeah, sick. Erasmus is going to look at you. He's going to use one of his legendary actions. And he's going to go ahead and crush one of the Dolanvar's, one of the Dolanvar crystals. And he looks towards where you are on the creature. I want you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Brilliant. Hamana. 14.
14. Okay. You needed to be a 17. And you feel now as you're lifted 20 feet away from the creature. And you're held in place in the air. And the air around you starts to get denser and denser as Erasmus is sort of looking at you and he's holding out his arm in one hand and sort of focusing his staff with the other, and he crushes his hand like this and you feel as though his hands are crushing your body. You are going to take some force damage here. Oops. That's not good. How much health have you got, Phiskal?
I think I'm still... No, I've got 41.
Okay. Seeing as though you did not make that save, you take 28 points of force damage.
You're a son of a bitch.
Piggly, last time he used that on you, you would have taken, if you didn't succeed on the save, you would have taken 22 points of damage. But you did, so you only took 11. But that's going to be his legendary action consumed there. After Phiskal, it's LDB. And you're LDB, you're slowly sort of floating upwards into the air.
Dan.
Hello.
It's your turn, Bev.
Okay. Bit of Peruvian marching powder. No, don't do that. No, that's not happening.
I am gonna hit the shit out of this worm, hopefully. But like I'm gonna go like I want to like smack my axes in, but keep hold, so I'm stuck. I'm just
holding on.
Sort of like I'm ice climbing, but I'm just like, you know.
Okay. Yeah, go
is what I'd like to do. Let's make sure we fucking hit them, though. And I. Oh, I'm not raged, am I either?
No.
I'm not gonna rage.
I'm
not gonna rage. I just want to hit 3 times. Is what I want to do.
Okay.
I'll roll all 3 of my hits. Okay.
Yeah.
24, 22, and 23.
They will all hit.
They will all hit. Thank fucking God. Alright.
I'm doing this, my dude.
21 damage.
21 altogether.
21 altogether, yeah.
Is that including all any fire damage or anything?
I don't think I do passive fire damage, do I?
You've got abilities.
You've got the braces.
Oh shit, I got all those stuff, haven't I? Well, that's one I am hit. That one I can use to. No, I won't do those. I can do the what's this one? Just as bonus action, you can cause the axe heads. Magic project, you can ignite the weapon with an illusion. If the target fails a wisdom save over 13, they take 1d4 additional fire damage. That one.
Which one's that, sorry?
So you need to make a wisdom saving throw of 13, otherwise you take my damage.
A wisdom saving throw. Okay.
And I think that's with only one of the hits, so yeah.
That's an 11.
Yeah, boy. Additional 1d. What did I say it was already? It was 21, wasn't it?
Yeah.
$24.
24.
24 damage, and I'm holding on to that.
Yeah, you're holding
Legs
on.
in the air, skirt down.
The worm is sort of reacting to the hits here, and you're watching as parts of Erasmus's head is slowly starting to develop lacerations from where you're hitting on the head of the worm as well. It seems like
penis.
well, yeah,
Just
there you
one,
go.
just one guy.
After LDB,
Specific.
is Piggly.
One person.
2 shards left, isn't there?
There's only 1 left currently.
Erasmus crushed one.
Blow it up. Blow it up.
Tiny penis.
Let's use magic missile at first level then. Just cast 3 at the last shard.
Okay, roll the damage.
2, 4, and 3.
Tiny penis.
Okay. You guys see Piggly, as you sort of unleash the magic missile, they sort of start to spin and convalesce into one. But as they impact the shard, it sort of there's a moment where everything seems to slow down, and the shards of the Dolan bar basically sort of spread out as if it's a fine mist, and then they sort of slowly start to dissipate, and then you watch Erasmus sort of turn to you and watch these shards sort of falling down, and he starts to look a little bit panicked, and he looks at you, Piggly, and he goes, "Why are you 3 always in the thought on my side? This wasn't how it was supposed to play out." He's going to go ahead and use a legendary action final one. Oh, he can't do that actually, because you destroyed the Dolmen Val.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch.
Damn, he actually can't, no. He won't do anything there. Okay.
Very good, very nice.
Does that end your
Very
turn, Biggie?
good, very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, well next up is Erasmus's turn. He's going to look at you, Piggly, and he can't tap into that strength of that power that he was using before to sort of spam his magical attacks. But he is going to look at you with a renewed hatred, shall we say?
Vengeance.
Yes. And he will go ahead and raise his hand as if he's got his spear, not his spear, sorry, his staff in one hand, and his other hand he's going to raise it as if he's holding a whip, and then he's going to go ahead and strike towards you with this purple whip that is cracking towards you. Let's see.
Slave.
What he will roll on that.
Had them 12 useful, boy.
Oh, whoops, that was 3d20s, whoopsie. That's a 17. 17 to hit.
Oh,
God, yeah, that
I think he's dead anyways, to be fair.
All right, now we roll the damage.
18. And the thing is, if you're dead, you're just gonna float up 100 foot.
So,
so that ain't looking too good. Say 17, even if it's 19. Lie.
R.I.P. Piggly.
Piggly,
He just got his life back, bro.
while you stood watching, you see a purple lash of energy come straight towards you.
Death saving throw. Death saving throw. Death
You
saving
get
throw.
hit for exactly 18 points of
No.
as Piggly, this whip-like psychic, strand of energy hits you right at the gap between your body, your mind, and seems to just sever something. And you guys watch as his body goes limp, but slowly starts to float upwards. The shard that's in your possession, Piggly, starts to sort of vibrate slowly. But that will be it. Erasmus.
Use the physical dice, Braden. Use the physical dice.
Erasmus seems to have even though he's now starting to look a little bit rough, he seems to have a bit of a happier expression on his face now that he's at least taken one of you guys down. Okay, next up though, we got Phiskal. You've just watched as Piggly's been effectively slapped across the neck and his body's just spun on the spot and is now floating upwards slowly.
So I'm going to turn to Erasmus and I'm going to say, where the fuck is my daughter?
Oh, it's always about him.
Is through ragged
Always.
breaths, he's just gonna look at you and tap his nose and he's gonna say, "That's a secret, my son."
If I was to consume something, that'd be an action, right?
Depending on what you try, what would you be
If I were to use a potion.
For you to consume it, if it's like a healing potion, I would say that unless you wanted to regain the full HP from it, then that would be an action. But if you just wanted to drink it and then roll the dice to see what you get back, that wouldn't be an action.
Okay, so I have a greater potion of healing.
Oh damn.
You regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points when you drink this. So if I were to roll the 4d4, it'd be a bonus action, is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying. Sorry, yeah, it'd be a bonus action, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my bonus action to drink this potion of greater healing. And I have 4 dice.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Crazy that you just watched Pigley die and you're like, well, I don't want to fucking die. And starts down it for himself.
5, 8,
Nip slip is out this world.
11. I'm 15
That's
HP.
otherworldly.
Damn.
So I gained 15. And then with my action, I'm going to. What? So where am I and where is Erasmus? Sorry.
You would now be on the back. I don't know why your body's still here. You would basically be about here, behind
Okay.
this creature.
Am I able to flicker to Erasmus?
You could, yeah. With the way this sort of worm is sort of writhing, yeah, you would be able to see him. You could flicker to him. Yeah.
Okay, so I will.
Right.
No, I can't flicker to Erasmus
Why not?
because it's a bonus action.
Oh yeah. Then you can't.
I will, however, go to attack the worm,
Okay, go ahead.
and I will do so with my blink dagger. D20. 18?
18 what?
18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 will hit. Sorry, yeah.
Cool. And that is 1d4 plus 4 plus. What was it?
You don't you get it with advantage still?
No, because I'm frightened. Sorry, so I need to do a wisdom saving throw.
No. Erasmus disappeared, so the frightening condition.
Okay, cool. So I do get advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
And if you get advantage, you also get.
that didn't get that. That was a 17 plus 7. So.
Really quick, Braden.
Uh,
Your arm there, is that the most insane t-shirt tan of anyone's life?
Squatty tan. That's what that is.
Look at the state of that! Holy shit!
So
Lose half Jamaican with it
1d4
on.
plus 2d6. I do ask: is the worm focused on me, or can I wrangle a sneak attack here?
You could definitely do a sneak attack. Well, you got advantage anyway, so as a rogue, whenever you have advantage, you get
Okay, cool.
sneak attack.
Move them one dice out of the way.
But at the moment, it's fully focused on LDB.
Cool.
Fantastic.
On the
Fantastic.
worm, I have
Yeah,
done 6, 12, 16, 17, 19, 20, 24, plus 4, 28 damage onto the worm with my first
Yeah.
attack.
You are seeing that as the worm is being hit, is squirming, and the portal starts to. It's almost getting like it's gelatinous. Basically, it's starting to harden around where the worm is. But there's something underneath the surface that's trying to break through as this worm is taking damage. But as you slice the worm, Erasmus is also taking a few licks.
Cool.
He's reacting pretty strongly to it.
Second attack.
Mhm.
That is a 6 plus 7, 13.
13 to hit or 13 damage?
13 to hit.
13 to hit does not hit. No.
Okay. I will end my turn now.
Okay, after Phiskal is you, LDBesus.
So, I've been going with the sort of assumption that Malrik is going to be like, how high up? I don't know. Sort
He
of
would be
matching my
roughly where
height?
you are now.
Yeah. Okay. So I've seen he's been fucked up.
Yeah, he's dead. Oh, he's
Yeah.
unconscious. Sorry.
He's unconscious. Okay. I'm going to, because we've got 0 gravity, and I'm assuming it's a slow sort of ascent.
You would be moving up slowly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, you guys would both be about 30 feet up, but you're
I'm-
latched onto this worm.
I will so LDB will turn, and I'm gonna push off of the worm with both my legs, and sort of glide and catch Malrik, and then we're both gonna like hit the see the pillar like parallel to where I am.
Yeah.
I would like to sort of latch onto like hit that pillar with him like in front of me here,
Yeah.
and I can just like grab onto it, or maybe axe, maybe like onto it.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Is
do
that something I
that.
can do? Yep.
Give me acrobatics, just to
Balls.
see how well you
I'm
pull
really
this
hoping you're
off.
gonna say athletics, but it's fine. Acrobatics is fine. 8.
8.
Keen.
Okay. You do manage to push off the worm
Yeah.
and sort of wrangle in the general direction of Piggly.
Yeah.
With an 8, you manage to catch him sort of on his cloak. So instead of you huddling around him like this, you
Yeah,
kind of just
yeah.
hold him up like that. But his body is
Okay.
just sort of limp, floating away.
Okay.
You're still holding on to the pillar though.
But I've got him caught. Cool. Does that count as an action? The whole thing.
I would say that would be an action, yeah.
An action. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will then turn my head to look at the worm, and with the hand that isn't holding Piggly's cape, I'm going to throw my axe forward, but like boomerang round me, just I'll throw it forward, and it boomerangs back and into the worm.
Into the worm, okay. Yeah, go ahead, roll an attack.
Push. Yeah, batty boy, it's 10.
10 to hit. No.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
won't do it, I'm afraid.
And for my bonus action, I do the exact same thing.
You've already used your bonus action.
Oh shit, did I? What's my bonus action?
No, your action was to grab
Yeah.
Piggly.
But don't I get 2 attacks? 2 action attacks right there. Yeah?
You only get 2 attacks if you use your action to do an attack first.
Oh, okay.
But because
that's
of your
that, then.
because of your subclass, you have fucking hell. I can't get you to stand up. Okay, we'll sort that out in a second. Because of your subclass, you get to use your bonus action to attack again.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, you used that and it missed. I'm afraid, but that's the way
Cool.
the game works.
Well, that's how it's gonna be.
Okay.
Come
after
on,
that,
Pygmy!
it's you, Piggly. Go ahead, give me a death saving throw, please. Anything below a 10 is a failure.
20.
A 20 will give you
He
1.
lives.
Back, bitches!
Does that mean he
Well,
wakes
no,
up?
you have to get 3 successes. You don't go up to. Wait, and that
The
20.
game's just brought me back to 1 HP.
Nat 20 is instant success.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Bez looks so disappointed.
That'll do it then. That'll do it. So you have now regained consciousness. I'll say it would have been your action to do that death saving throw. So you have a bonus action, and you can try and do your movement, but you're in 0 G at the moment, being held on by.
I've got you by your cape.
Yeah, you're just sort of like.
It's the end of my turn then.
You're just gonna end your turn.
You can't even
okay.
try and grab the fucking pillar, bro. Jesus Christ. Come on, man.
He's floating, man. He's happy leaving.
He's like,
Erasmus is up next.
Caleb's getting fucking flashbang.
I'm trying to turn down the fucking worm, man. It's loud as shit.
Oh yeah, true. Can you get that
Oh, is
thing?
it loud?
It's very loud.
Good.
Yeah, I've been breathing in my ears for a while. Yes.
I've turned it down.
He
How
is
do you
going to
turn it
go
down?
ahead.
Indeed.
I really thought I gave him some more DPS here, but apparently not.
Brayden, you're really tired right now. It's getting late, innit?
We've been playing for a while.
Yeah, no, but you think about it. Me and Brayden are 2 hours ahead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, poo
Okay,
poo wee wee cuckas. Like,
Erasmus is going to look at you, Phiskal, and he's going to. You've seen him
Get
do
him.
this before. He's going to target you with the same attack that he did against Piggly. So he's going to lift up his spear, and then he's got his whip. Not his spear, sorry, his staff, and then he's got his whip. And he's going to go ahead and attack you with it.
What do I need to do?
So
and he
that's
goes, boy.
1d20. Ooh. How much is that? Plus. Oh. That will be 21 to hit.
I suppose.
Okay, I suppose. Okay, let's take this. Ooh, that's going to be 20 points of... Wait, what type of damage? That's going to be psychic damage.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're saying
Then
no
he's going to
damage.
use his movement to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just here. And then he's going to use his bonus action to start prepping a spell. He stabs his staff into the ground, and it starts to glow a little bit. And he raises his hands up like this, and you watch the pillars, all 4 pillars start to shake as loose bits of rubble start to crumble from it. It looks like he's trying to manipulate these pillars somehow. But that will be the end of his turn. Next up, Phiskal, is you.
Phiskal sauce.
So this worm is still standing, yeah?
It is, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna make an attack with Sky's Venom.
On the worm, okay.
Yep. 12 plus 7, 19.
19 will hit, yeah.
And that is 1d4, 2d6. So 1d4, 2d6.
You also get sneak attack on this because you,
And I also get sneak. Oh fuck! What's
You
my
sneaky
sneak attack?
sneaky.
because of your
46.
Thief of Fate mode. Or whatever.
Oh yeah, shit! I roll with advantage, don't I?
You
Mhm,
sneaky
mhm.
little boy.
Yeah, let's see if I get. No, I don't. That was a 15. So 4d6 plus 2d6. I know I've got a d6 in here. That was from that pouch. Bear with me. No. Oh. Yeah. Plus 2d6 plus 1d4. 1, 2, 7, 11, 14,
Smack him. Smack him good.
18 plus 3, 21 plus 4, 25 damage on the worm. And I did that with my Sky's Venom, so that's the poison as well. Which is... bear with...
Okay.
Where are you? There you are. Pins. Take 3d6 poison damage and must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. So you take... so the way I'm reading this, Bez, you take the damage and then you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or continuously be poisoned.
That would be correct, yeah.
Cool. So I will then
say
roll 3d6
in
as
this,
poison
I was
damage.
going to say, in this circumstance, it doesn't matter because the worm's out of it.
Okay, well, that was a 6, a 3, and a 1, so that's 10 damage with the poison.
Okay, fair enough. You guys, I can't click on it to do the special animation for it, but you guys watch as you sort of slice this worm straight through the back. Oh, in fact, how do you want to do this?
Okay, so I've got my dagger in the back of the worm, and I'm just kind of, the way I'm envisioning it is as I'm dealing damage to it, I'm just kind of climbing up to the top. And once I get to the top, I pull out my Sky's Venom and I just kind of glide down it. So like half of it from like its top of the neck to the bottom is like sliced with the poison from Sky's venom.
Yeah, yeah. So as you sort of land in these attacks, you're also watching as Erasmus is taking the same hits, and immediately he falls to one knee as you watch this worm sort of flail about for a second, crashing into the pillars, and then its head sort of slaps forward onto here. Immediately, the reverse gravity ends, so everyone that was in the air now falls down. But as the worm crashes down into the ground, it sort of slaps on, and then like it's getting sucked back into the portal, it falls back down. For all intents and purposes, that's Erasmus down. He's down on one knee at the bottom of this whole portal as the area is sort of shaking violently. But yeah, so you got. We'll stick into initiative order. But
I am.
There's no immediate combat.
If he's down, can I make my way over to him?
Yeah, you can.
And I'm
Can
going
I hit
to...
the ground first before?
Yeah. You guys, you other two hit the ground.
I just want to make sure me and Pigley get down safely.
You were about 30 feet in the air. So
but I was clinging onto the wall with my axe, right? So I can.
Oh, you was, yeah. So you wouldn't fall.
So I can act down.
Yeah, do acrobatics to see if you land.
Yeah. I'm holding Piggers as well because he put no effort in to save himself.
Apparently not.
13 acrobatics.
13. I'll say 13's enough to land without taking much damage. Let's do.
Okay, cool.
Oh, not 3 of those.
I'll sort of swing Pigley over my shoulder and then
you only
go
take
down.
like 3 points of damage off that.
Well, I can do that. I can do 3.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that done. So then, Phiskal, you want to walk over to Erasmus, yeah?
I'm just gonna hold my dagger to his throat as he's kneeling down. So I've got my dagger in my right hand, and I'm like pushing his head down on with my left, and I'm just going, "Where is Isabella?"
You watch as he grins, and as he grins, his teeth are stained with like this weird, black, thick liquid that drools out of his mouth, and he says to you, "Oh, it's far too late for you to find them now, but I'll never tell. That's a secret."
The ultimate cock.
Tell me about Varathan.
He's a guy.
He's a guy. Give me an intimidation roll.
Okay. Do I still roll with advantage, or does that just count for attacks?
What's that? That would just count for attacks, that, yeah. Not for, like, ability checks or anything.
13 plus 6, 19.
19.
How many kills you get?
How many kills you get? 19.
With a 19, you watch
idiot.
Erasmus's eyes just sort of flicker and dart around, and he says, "Well, I don't think there's much more that you don't already know."
But
what?
you're clearly holding something back, Erasmus, if that is your name.
He sort of sucks all the black ichor up into his mouth, and then he spits it at you, and he says, "For what it's worth, even if you kill me, Varathan won't stop. He's not a being anymore. He's a force of nature, and you've put yourself firmly in his sights."
The fact that you think so little of me that we would kill you. And I will go to slice off his hands.
Slice off his hands. Okay.
Yeah. Can I do that? Also, can you get rid of the worm? That's really annoying.
I tried clicking on it, but I can't get rid of it.
Strength check. You have to do a crazy strength check To slice his fucking hands off, lad. The fuck?
Go ahead, just give me a d20 roll.
Just a plain D20 roll.
Yes.
That is a 9.
A 9. Okay. As you sort of dig into his flesh, he does immediately start squirming. He looks like he's about to cast a spell at you with his sort of free hand. I'll say you would have a split second here to react.
Can I go to slice his tongue off?
You want to slice his knob off as well?
You'd have to do an attack roll there then.
Okay, cool. So with my blink dagger, so that's +7 to D20. I swear to God.
Is that just is it
Fine,
not 20?
It's a nat
kick
20.
Kick this guy, kick this guy.
Okay.
I like some. It's right next to my phone. I don't know. Right, so I'm gonna,
The
gonna
disappointment.
grab the camera here, and where is it?
Oh, that's a lot clearer
so
now.
That's
yeah.
the back.
Yeah, actually.
That's the
Oh,
play.
that's my, oh.
I'm
Oh, yeah, I see
reaching
it.
for my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Wait, where is it?
Oh no,
I
we can
can't
see the
find
20
it.
there. We can see it
I'd
right
rather
there.
you reach for a gun.
I'm reaching for my phone, okay, and I will take the picture.
Yeah, I'd rather you like kind of get that noose and just jump out the window.
It's in my bottom drawer.
Okay, we'll just whack it
Ready
on.
to go.
No need a cosplay. Let's do it for real this time.
Yeet.
Can we flip the table? Oh, no.
Wait, hang on. Bear with it. Let it calcify. There it is.
Calcify.
I don't know why I said calcify. But
If your phone's calcifying,
there's the 20.
you need a new case. Alright.
Oh, check this out on the worm, by the way.
I'm watching.
It's
You
gone.
ready?
Oh my god, it's a white box again. A worm again. Oh shit.
Now it's a worm. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Why didn't you make it do that when we were fighting it, the fuck?
I tried to, but I couldn't click on it. I couldn't click on it because I was going to do this when it died. I was going to be like this. Oh yeah, when you attack it, it does this and it died. But then,
Okay.
yeah.
That would have been sick. Why did you
So,
fucking ruin it by just showing me now? I got the fuck.
I rolled a nat 20 on cutting Erasmus's tongue off.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah,
hear what he's got
you-
to say.
So you,
I guess
as
I
you
will.
sort of immediately you go to
Yeet.
put your hand in to cut his hand off, and then as you do, you see he's starting to pull his fingers back to cast a spell, and then immediately you just go straight
Put
across
his
his
finger
mouth,
out, mate.
and out of his mouth just flops his tongue, and you can see like a bit of panic set into his eyes, and he immediately just goes and puts his hand over his mouth and goes, "Ooh, ooh." Oh,
Yeah, boy. Yeah,
the world
boy.
has changed.
That was
Okay, we can
crazy
come out of
shit.
Tabletop now, by the way.
Boyish. Did I get an achievement?
Okay.
for being in tabletop?
So have I successfully cut off one of his hands and his tongue?
You haven't cut off his hand, but you've cut off his tongue. Yes.
Okay, can I go back to trying to cut off his hand?
If you really want to, yeah.
Yeah.
I say you won't need to do a check for that. Yeah, you cut off one of his hands.
Okay. Cool. So he has now got one hand and no tongue.
No tongue. Yes.
So effectively he
And he's
can't.
still not going to tell you where your daughter is.
That's fine. Effectively he can't cast spells at this point. Correct?
No, he can't. That's correct. Yeah, he can't do any verbal or somatic spells.
Yep.
But from what you guys remember, obviously from what you read in Varlin, his whole family sort of genealogy or his line is especially proficient with telekinesis. So he wouldn't need to do any verbal or somatic spell casting to move things with his mind.
Correct.
Which, as you remember that suddenly, you guys see that the portal for which the worm just collapsed back into, another worm lunges out of the ground, destroying the pillars that were there, and then as this other worm sort of bulges out of the ground, you hear in your head, Phiskal, the sound of Diggsy going, "Sorry about that. Took a while. Backup's here." and then you see from one of the ruins, as these sort of flames sort of die down, from one of the sides of the buildings, you can see stood there with a bow and arrow. On the other rooftop is Thalara, and she's sort of eyeing up a shot. And then on the end of the arrow seems to be some weird kind of arcane device. And then you can see Diggsy on the other end, sort of priming something on the arrow. And then he looks towards you, gives you a thumbs up, and then he slaps Thalara on the back. And then she looses this arrow, and it sort of goes screeching through the sky. And the worm sort of turns towards the sound, and it goes to open its mouth to catch it. And as soon as it opens its mouth, it just implodes. The top of the worm just goes, it disappears, and then you watch as the body just sort of goes limp, sprays blood in the air, and then just falls back into the ground there. And then you see there are some green sparks coming out of the portal in the ground as it starts to slowly lose its power and solidify bit by bit, and then eventually just turns obsidian black. And then at this point, Erasmus is looking a lot weaker since the portal closed, as his skin seems to sort of constrict to the bones on his face and his body, and he looks a lot older, a lot weaker, and suddenly very, very frail.
So
No.
I'm going to pull out a parchment and a quill that I recently procured from Pigley, and I'm going to slice across Erasmus's arm, kind of jab the quill into said arm.
Okay.
And then put it into his hand, which he has left. And I'm just going to say, write down on the parchment where my daughter is, and you may make this out alive.
You watch as Erasmus sort of looks at you, his eyes a little bit glazed over, and he grabs the quill out of your hand, and his hand's shaking, and he starts to write on the paper. At first, it looks like he's writing the, and then he just sort of scribbles something down, and as you read it all in one go, it says, "When the three become one, the sun will be swallowed whole." And then you watch as Erasmus starts to shake violently, and he has a seizure on the ground, more or less.
Thank fuck, he's dead. Bye.
Is Elena with Thalara?
No. From what you can see, it's just Thalara on the rooftop with Diggsy.
Am I anywhere near my bed?
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Pigley in LDB, and I'm just gonna like kind of shun Erasmus to the ground.
Lifeless body collapses.
The witch is dead.
Then I'm gonna say, "Are you guys okay?"
Bit of dust on me. Half an hour grand. Wasn't even
Pigley?
close. Wasn't even close to being asleep.
Pigley, you good?
So not being asleep. I wasn't even close to being hurt, as what I said.
What?
You good?
Yeah.
I know I've
Yeah.
asked you to do this before. Can you ask this guy to write down some questions? No, because he might view you as hostile.
Okay.
I think for now we best just look after the body. Hi, Dom.
Caleb says hi. I don't think she heard me.
Char's there as well.
Hi, Shah.
Caleb says hi. She says, ah.
I heard that. Okay. I'm gonna kind of just send a wave down to Diggsy and Delara.
Yeah, you see them. They sort of nod and they start making they disappear over the other side of the roof, and then they're making their way down towards you. You guys may, if you wish, check the body of Erasmus.
Because I've just got him next to me. I'll check his body.
Yeah, I'll say immediately the first thing that you notice is a note.
I will grab said note.
Sorry, I was just copying the actual thing. Okay, let me paste it into session bits.
The note reads, "Fuck me."
Is that what the note says?
To Erasmus.
Can I have the note, please?
Hand of the hollow flame. The fall of the Temple of Balance is close. It will fall. You will make it so, and with it, the second of the 4 temporal wells bends to our cause. The first, the Temple of Peace in Varlin, crumbled just as planned beneath your silent hand. Now, only knowledge and vigilance remain. The pattern holds. The current of fate flows our way. Your next target is clear, the Temple of Knowledge, veiled within the heart of Ertor. Our agents say beneath it lies the Archive Eternal, a vault guarded by rites long forgotten and minds sharpened by insight. Proceed with caution. Subtlety is your weapon, madness your cloak. You will rendezvous with Agent Akensis of the Veiled Nexus. She bears the cipher and the sigil acrum needed to breach the sanctum's outer veil. She will wear the sign of our new covenant, the serpent of resin devouring the sun. The final temple lies farther north, untouched, fortified, yet vulnerable through ignorance. Tesselheim still believes itself safe. Their hatred of outsiders has pierced our agents more than once. As all others, they will fall in time. But the Temple of Vigilance leaves its mark. Arendor's eyes will serve us when we take it. When it does, all 4 temporal powers will be served. The tether broken, the veil will burn, the will of time will be ours to rewrite, and we will force the hourglass to turn. Be wary, Erasmus. Even now, I shift in the dark. Not all within the Nexus trust the storm you've begun. Sun Eater. When the world forgets what once was, we shall write what must be. Trust in the threads we weave, for they bind us closer than blood.
Yeah, I think obviously it's quite late now, boys and girls. So I reckon
I couldn't tell you a single thing that's happened in the past 20, 30 minutes, to be fair.
That's fair.
I've heard Caleb's voice talking, I have, but I've no idea what's been coming out.
So basically,
I don't need to know. It's fine.
I've caused
I'll find
Erasmus to have a seizure, and I've waved down Thalara and Diggsy.
Wave them down. You get that thing all down? You say what? You get it all down? Use your words. That's all fucking lots of colour, mate.
Yeah. That's more or less what's happened.
I can do necrotic. I got necrotic damage resistance. Great. That's fucking useful now, isn't it?
Dan's just building up his resistances.
Do I get to sleep now?
I get a first level spell slot.
you
Fantastic.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
We started a little bit late, so got to run a little bit later. But that is more or less everything sorted out for this session. We'll bring it to a close now, but where we're leaving it off is that we're in the aftermath of the battle. You can see LDB through Dan's eyes. Yeah, we'll leave it there, and then we'll pick up again next week or whatever date is on the calendar there. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's that?
Cool.
Happy days.
Good session, boys and girls.